he sent out this whole thing about my Twitter channel, and then he deletes it like 3 hours later. Siobhan posted it, and did you see you saw it, Mary? It was in the Main Geeks and Gamer. She clipped it and she put it in there, and they're like, "This guy's just tried to ruin my channel and tried to ruin by not putting out the full video." I was like, "What? This guy?"
No, it had all the context that was necessary.
I know. It's just like,
I mean, he actually said that.
Yeah, he put it like, and then he put it on his pinned comment.
Please tell me somebody. I say somebody. Please tell me they have the video.
Oh yeah,
it was like a
video.
post.
He typed it out.
Oh.
Then he
or at least a copy of it
again. He commented to me, deleted it in an hour.
This is the internet. No one's ever really gone.
No, once you post something, it's there forever. But hello, everyone. It's Anna. Also,
for like the last minute, I guess.
Yeah, I was waiting to see how long it would take Junk to notice. But I am here today with some very special guests, and we are going to be talking about, since it's Revenge of the Fifth, which is that kind of has to do with like Sith and dark side stuff. As you guys know, I love the dark side. But let me introduce my panel for today. So I have 97 Bravo, who I met on Drunk 3PO's channel. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
And then we also have the one and only Drunk 3PO. Say hi, Drunk.
Hello.
Where's the Underoos?
I'm wearing Darth Vader playing the drums. That's nice.
You know, I actually have a T-shirt that has C-3PO and R2-D2 with own instruments. And then, of course, we have MerryMayhem. Hi, Mary.
Come to the dark side. We have cookies.
And last but not least, we have Tom from Midnight's Edge and Midnight's Edge After Dark. Hi, Tom.
Hello. How are you doing?
Good. And you're the only one who I forgot to put the stuff in the description of this video.
That's all right.
I got in. But before I went live, Drunk was telling us a very interesting story about the current state of Disney. Drunk, do you want to give us an update on that?
Yeah, so Disney World released their financials today, and they reported they lost $1.4 billion to this whole lockdown. I don't know if you wanted to see an article or...
If you want to pull something up, that would be nice.
All I had in my head when he said that was like maniacal laugh, maniacal laugh.
This is just one of many articles. This is the one I used for the park hopping video. But the Walt Disney Company loses $1 billion due to the lockdown. I won't say this because YouTube's funny about
the beer flu. The plague, that's what I call it.
The Lord Voldemort.
I mean, we knew they were going to lose money, but they were honestly, they've only been shut down for a month and like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. So total shutdown for a month and a week, or a month and 2 weeks. Their stock is plummeted. Here it was, and it's all the way.
Oh my God.
Down. But yeah, I mean,
I buy some stock.
I'm just saying. So yeah, this is the total impact, mind you. This is theme parks, hotels, movies, cruise ships, everything that they do, merchandise sales and everything. So it totals 1.4 billion. And they released it. They have to release it to their, shareholders and let them know. So they're gonna put together a aggressive campaign to get their money back. You know what that means, right, Mary? You know what that means? Copy and paste movies for all.
I was about to say they're going to re-release all their animated classics as live actions.
That's it.
And that's Hercules.
No. They're going to re-release all their live action animated classics as animated films now.
Oh, jeez.
It's weird that they say that the parks were down 10%. I mean, we knew they were going to be down. But yeah, and this comes out of I mean, Disney just went through a whole, with they just bought everything. Like last year, they were buying everything. They bought Fox. They were buying more land here in Orlando. They bought a ton of land in Orlando, and they're spending billions of dollars of expansion here in Orlando for their parks. Epcot's being totally ripped out and redone. So they're spending all this
money. That's the one
money.
with the big circle thingy, right?
Yeah, the big golf ball in the front. And so then, now there's no one doing anything. They don't make money on anything. There it is. There it is.
Seriously though, if they release Song of the South, do you know how many people would buy it?
I may or may not have a 35 millimeter HD print of it.
Oh,
Dude.
you know, Tom, I might have a digital file of it. If anybody wants it.
I have a digital file as well, and I would be happy to echo that sentiment. Look, it's actually, if you think about it, look, I actually like the animated stuff, but the movie itself is sort of boring. Like,
I mean, when you go through Splash Mountain, you hear all the songs.
Mm-hmm.
You see Brer Rabbit. You see the whole story.
Well, have you guys watched it? I know Mary has, but have you guys watched it?
Oh yeah.
It's not that bad. You know?
no, look, there's innuendo. There's innuendo there.
It's just from what I know from growing up, it was the stigma of the fact that how the slaves are portrayed and how they kind of treat it like it's no big deal and kind of thing and normal, I guess. And it's like, well, what are they supposed to do? You know, when the story takes place. I mean, I get that. Yeah.
Well, wouldn't they just rip out the whole Splash Mountain then if they just wanted to erase it from
I heard they were planning on it anyway.
Well, the weird thing is they, for the longest time, they would still release Brer Rabbit in shorts. Like they would just cut out those bits, and they would do the Zippity Doo-Dah bit is on like at least a half a dozen of the Disney sing-alongs. Yeah. It's not like they act like it doesn't exist per se, but just like at that last meeting when you ask them if they're going to ever release it, they're just like, no.
No, he said something along the lines of, "Oh, it won't transfer to digital." I'm like, I got it right here on the flash drive.
Yeah, that's right.
I think he meant transfer. I think he meant transfer to this audience today is what he meant.
He did, but he the way that he phrased it, it sounded like he could, because somebody asked him. Did you listen to the whole thing, Tom?
Yeah, I listened to some of it, not the whole thing, but I heard that bit.
Well, it's like someone was just like, "Are we ever going to get Song of the South?" And he's like, "Oh no, it won't transfer." Like not only today's audience, but because they were talking about how they made changes to the other animation, which now, as people are watching these movies, they're starting to notice, like the whole thing with Splash, how they censored out her butt, on Lilo and Stitch, how they got the dryer, and they made it,
I think it's either a washing machine or a dryer. It's one of those two.
Well, they made it into like a cabinet with a pizza box. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, so they can't edit it out, and I'm just like come on. Yeah. What I thought that they were gonna do when Zootopia came out was I thought that they were gonna switch out Splash Mountain with like the characters and make it all Zootopia, because they have a rabbit and a fox now.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the logical thing to do, at least. Or, I don't think it's a good idea because I like Splash Mountain the way it is. But I mean, if you want to get rid of that and erase that from history, like they're doing to all the other rides, like in Indiana Jones,
they changed pirates, right? They changed pirates in California.
Pirates. They got rid of the bride section. They also got rid of when all the like guys are chasing the women, they made all the women have food now, so they're not chasing them for that. They're chasing them for the food.
So the redhead they were auctioning off is now the main pirate, auctioning off like stuff.
Chickens. There's just chickens.
Yeah, that's right. So
that's bizarre.
They're erasing history, and it's like,
I don't understand why those little disclaimers. You remember those little disclaimers they used to put in the front of videos back in the 90s or like the early 2000s or whatever? Like, this is a piece of history and rah, 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 and it's good to put these things like Whoopi Goldberg would show up and she'd run her mouth for 2 seconds. And like, why isn't that good enough anymore? That was perfectly fine. It gave you the context you needed. And then, hey, you got a little Whoopi and that was great. So I don't understand. I don't understand why that's no longer adequate.
They don't have the context anymore. The way that things are being taught, the way that things are being censored, there is no context. It would literally be coming out of the blue, even for my kids, and they're much more, I would say, worldly than the average kids, based off of how my wife and I are inundating them with real life stuff, even as they were growing up, age appropriate stuff. But the average kids in high school, when my daughter's friends come over, they're like, I say some things, my wife says some things, and they don't know how to handle it. It's bizarre.
Well, because kids are now ill prepared for the world that they're stepping into, and that's a serious issue in my opinion, right? Like everything's being controlled. Are you
from a potato to an angel? That's great.
Well, somebody said he looked like a potato, so I had to.
That's Jabba said that. Hey, that's normal. That means he likes me.
It does.
He likes me. So I'm sorry, Mary. Go ahead. They were roasting me in the chat.
Oh, it's all right. Let him roast you. It's more important anyway. Please roast Jay. No, but like kids are ill prepared, right? Like you try to send them to school, you think they're getting ready for the world, and instead everything's getting censored and shut down. And I'm sorry, but this is yes, exactly. We're creating a generation of pussies. So yeah, it's a little frustrating.
Now, I was at a thrift store with my mom, and there was a TV in the back that they had they were playing a movie to show that the TV worked, and it was The Patriot. And this little kid was one of the little kids was like standing there fascinated. The other one was crying because it was too scary. And I'm just like, The Patriot is scary? I don't understand how that's scary, but I'm like, I watched that when I was like maybe 4. Oh.
Sorry, my dog.
Apparently the dog likes it too.
She never makes noise. What the hell was that?
She's like, yeah, I gotta get my fucking Mel on.
No, it kind of blows my mind how unprepared people are for things nowadays, especially, kids that are growing up. Because it's like if you're not, at least my opinion, if you're not exposed to it at a young age, how are you going to be able to handle it when
everything's got to be child-proofed right now? That's the biggest problem.
I say we open it all up. We let the stupid ones get into whatever it is that they want to get into, and let natural selection take its course.
Well, that's what they had with Tide Pods. That was natural selection right there. We're learning about the Raylos, and I'm just waiting for that natural selection to take its course with that. But
oh my god.
Oh, the half of it.
They've been fun today. They've been fun.
Oh, it's so fun. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was I don't know if anyone here has watched any of the Star Wars movies on Disney Plus to see what they censored out. But do you guys remember when they said you're not allowed to say younglings at like Star Wars land because Anakin killed all the younglings? And so it's like,
oh yeah.
Does anyone know if they've censored that out of the movie or like the kids?
They didn't.
They haven't yet?
As far as I know, the versions that are there are the versions that George last messed with when he was going to do the 3D release.
The New Hope was the only change.
Yeah, the McClunky, and that's, about it.
McClunky.
So,
But that was George did that, right?
Yeah, that was done back when he was going to do the 3D. That would have been the 3D version.
Yeah.
Lord, love a duck.
You know what's sad is I got so excited when they were going to re-release the movies in 3D because I'm like, I'm going to finally get to see them. Like, I'm old enough now to where I don't have to go with my parents and I can go with my friends and see them in 3D in the theaters. It was exciting. And I was like, I'm going to do the thing where I'm allowed to like go at midnight and camp out with my friends. And so I was like, the line's probably going to be super long for the Phantom Menace at midnight to like buy the tickets. So I got there at 4 a.m. and nobody came, and I was the only one that waited in line.
Oh, poor Anna.
With like my friends, and then they didn't even tell us when you could buy tickets. So people had literally been going up and buying tickets and going in, and we were like just sitting there waiting.
Oh no! Nobody asked you why you were waiting there.
We were waiting for the Star Wars movie. They're like, "Oh, does it come out next month?" Because they thought I was like lining up early, and I was like, "No, it comes out tonight." And they're like, "Nobody's here. You can just go."
Oh, jeez.
But I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read some super chats, and then we're gonna get into
a little weird.
What?
Did it look a little weird in 3D?
Actually, it wasn't that bad. I thought it was all right. It was a little flat in some spots. But
yeah, I think that's what I was.
Honestly, I felt
like Darth Maul to reach out and grab me. And
well, they weren't going to do anything gimmicky like that. But
well, because since it wasn't made for 3D originally, like they just. I mean, I don't know. It's been a long time since I watched it in 3D, but
no. What I remember though is it did help some of the special effects blend with the real stuff better. It didn't look so animated at times, but that was just a personal preference.
Yeah, I imagine like some of the scenes from Attack of the Clones when they do the chase scene on Coruscant, that would have looked cool in 3D.
See, now they showed Attack of the Clones in 3D at Celebration. And as far as I know, he did them all in 3D. They just didn't all get released. Just the first two.
That'd be exciting to see. I'm going to read some super chats and then we're going to talk about Sith Lords. Gunnar Renee Oy, thank you for the super chat. Justice of Canadian Stormtrooper Lady. Yeah, did you guys see that?
What?
Yeah, the girl that got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
Have you seen? Oh, okay, I'll pull up the video.
Terrible.
It's supposed to be my video for tomorrow, but I will pull it up anyway. So, Mary, I think, was it a restaurant or a comic book store?
I heard it was a comic book store.
See, I thought
she was in full stormtrooper garb, and she had.
I just saw the Twitter clip.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Okay, here we go. So, oh shoot.
My understanding was she was doing it for a comic book store, but she got arrested out front of a grocery store.
It won't let me share audio, so that's weird. So, Mary, this is what happened. So, can you guys hear that or no?
No. Did you share audio?
Let me try it again because Jesse told me that there's like a little window.
Yeah, there's a little check mark in the bottom left of the thing when it pops up. You could share audio.
There's none for me. It's weird.
You got to click Chrome tab at the top. That's
okay.
why.
Okay, let's see if I can. I think this is it. Yes. Okay. So this is a girl that's working for a comic book store that has like I think there's like a galaxy in the name of it. So she was doing a promotion for Star Wars Day.
Sure.
And, watch what happens. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for this because there's music. But basically, one of the things you have to be aware of when you're cosplaying in full Stormtrooper getup is you cannot bend your knees very well. You cannot sit down in this. But, okay, I might get tagged for that. But this is in Canada. And so in Canada, I don't believe you're allowed to have guns.
What? But it's not a real gun.
It's not, but somebody, I guess, called the police. And so she got arrested. How have you not seen this, Mary?
She can't get on the ground. She can't bend her knees.
Yeah, she tries to tell them, I guess. I haven't seen the part with the blood, but apparently, like, she gets a bloody nose and there was blood on the cement.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm. How have you not seen this, Mary?
What? I've kind of been under a rock. Nope, stop, Serenity. Jesus. Sorry, she heard the dog barking. They brought the dogs out on her?
I don't know if it's theirs or if it's somebody else's.
Oh, my God.
You can hear her crying.
Shit, that's a girl, man. He's got the fucking shotguns.
Shotguns.
Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't watch it with sound.
This is in Canada. Canada.
Well, the article I read.
Canada, we don't have guns in Canada.
Go record us, but don't come approaching us. Stay back there like everybody else.
Yeah, but this is Canada. That's not a gun. It's a plastic gun. I could buy that at the dollar store.
You're going to get arrested if you interfere here. Stay back.
Wow.
No, but I guess her boss came out and was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, she's in like, it's a Star Wars costume. She's not like a terrorist or something.
Wow. She was just doing her job.
Yep.
She couldn't even shoot her job and they arrested her.
Oh my God. Are you serious? A plastic gun?
My dog's indignant over here.
I mean, hopefully she can sue them and get a lot of money from this, but...
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. But so that kind of went viral, Mary. And now everyone's talking about it and how, like he said, this is, I think, just somebody that was passing by and it's like, it's a plastic gun.
Yeah.
You know, and she got arrested for it.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah. This is the kind of crap us nerdy girls have to deal with all the time. I'm kidding. I don't.
Well, I mean, I think it would still have happened because they didn't know it was a girl. And
no, I know
if that was a guy, it still would have happened. But
no, that's insane to me. Anybody with a brain can look at this situation and tell this is where we're headed, though, right? This is where we're headed. A person looks at this. Some person looked at someone in a stormtrooper costume out doing their job and called the cops on them. This is where people are. And then the cops responded by actually showing up and arresting this person and bloodying their nose.
Well, I hope that they get sued, and I hope the cops actually get suspended, because I said this last night. They went about this the wrong way. I get it. They're jumpy because they just had a big shooting in Canada not too long ago.
Yeah.
But come on. The person's in a stormtrooper outfit. let's just say, for the sake of argument, there's a slight possibility they may have a real gun. Anyone with half the knowledge of a psychology, major or anything like that knows flat out, if you think somebody's an aggressor, the last thing you want to do is get aggressive with them.
Well, yeah, they escalated that situation.
They did. They completely escalated that situation. And then the other cops coming in, they have no clue what's going on. All they know is they're being called into a call that somebody's possibly armed. Okay, yeah. They have no idea what's going on. So these other cops could come in blaring. All you need is one rookie who has no idea what he's doing.
A little shaky.
The whole situation could have went up. Instead of doing this is how they should have handled it. Let's say that there was 2 cops originally, I think, that come out. Both of you position yourselves away from the person in a way that if you have to take cover, you can. Because you don't know if this person's crazy. You don't know if this person's sane. And you know what? Guess what? 2 seconds of, hey, who are you? What are you doing? Oh, yeah, I was right in front of there. All they had to do is say, hey, what are you doing? And they would have talked to her and heard her that, oh, I'm just dressed like this because we're doing the Star Wars thing. Situation done and over with. But instead, they all acted like fucking RoboCop, and this is what happened.
Well, I mean, it doesn't take, a rocket scientist to walk up and see that it was a fake gun and a costume. All you have to do is use your freaking eyes. And from what this isn't the full article. There was another one, but from what I saw in the article that I was looking at, it was that she immediately threw down the toy gun, and then all you have to do is say, hey, what are you doing? People are getting calls about you. It's kind of like when cops show at your house, hey, somebody complained about the noise. It's hey, people are freaking out because you have a toy gun. Can you go put the gun away and hold a sign or something?
Exactly. Or I don't know, if you're super worried, if you're actually worried that this is the situation, right? Which is retarded in and of itself, but whatever. So if you're actually worried about it, like you said, she threw down the gun. Have her back away from it, right? And then be like, okay, take off your mask and tell me what the fuck's going on, right? You could have had her back away from the gun. She was clearly compliant, with the exception of the fact that she can't bend her damn knees. But if you're worried about it, communicate with this person. Communication is our most valuable.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, if they would have just communicated with her to begin with in a non-aggressive way, they would have found out within 2 seconds what the hell was going on.
George says, "Why would the police need to take cover? Stormtroopers can't hit the side of a bar."
I was just going to make a joke about that. I was going to say, obviously they haven't seen Star Wars because they don't recognize a stormtrooper, and they would know. Stormtroopers can't hit shit.
I won't have that nonsense. I'm not going to have that nonsense here. Stormtroopers can hit their targets. Taika Waititi can take a flying leap. I don't give a crap. Making that shit canon.
Well, I mean, the only thing that I could think about that, though, is how the one person dressed up like Bane when they shot up the theater. So it's I can understand.
Actually, that's a misconception. He didn't dress up like anything other than himself. He had orange hair, so everybody was talking about him dressing up like the Joker. That was the media pushing that.
Okay.
Yeah, what happened was
getting home from the theater because me and my friend went to go see it, and then her mom was like, "Oh my God, this is on the news. Are you guys okay?" Oh, and
no, the news tried to run with it that he was inspired by the Joker and all this business. When no, it had nothing to do with it. He just picked that theater because there was the most people in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even so, they're actually really strict about it because I have the clone trooper costume and you can see the mask. And on Halloween, I was wearing my clone trooper costume and just walking around when I lived in San Francisco. And when I went to the mall, the friend I was with was a very tall, I think normal sized human. And they're like, "Is this and they looked at me, they're like, "Are you under 12? And I said, "Yes." And they're like, and then they told my friend, they're like, "Okay, make sure that your son doesn't he's allowed to wear his mask inside, but no adults can. You can't wear it." And I was like, I passed for a 12-year-old boy. This is fun. But they're really strict. To be fair, I'm a very small person.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's I was like, yes, I'm 12. Yes, I'm under 12. Yes, I'm a child in this costume. So I was able to wear my mask. But if you're in full on, I think that they were saying that she was in the 501st because I saw some tweets about it that even then it's they won't let you wear masks or any of that inside buildings unless you're at a specific con. They'll allow it, but I think you still have to take it off for security reasons and then before they let you put it back on.
They did something like that to me when I went to go see Rogue One in theaters. I was wearing my Chewbacca mask. And,
the one that made noise?
Yes. And so they made me take it off. They made me take it off, though. I wasn't allowed to wear it. And I was really annoyed at that. And that was in New York. So Yeah.
You weren't allowed to wear it at all?
Nope. They made me take it off.
No, because idiots. Yeah. No, at the theater, I think she said.
Yeah, at the theater. Yeah. I wanted to go in and wear my Chewy mask into the theater, and they were like, nope, you can't do that. You're not allowed to. I was like, really? What? It's not like I was in full regalia. I was just like, okay, well, I'm just going to put on my Chewy mask and we're going to have a good time. And had my little lightsaber with me. Nope, not allowed. Poor Anna.
I've just been like, all right, I'm going to another theater then. Fuck y'all.
Well, it wasn't the theater people, it was the mall security.
Don't
that
they
helps.
actually allow you to, like, I feel like, you know, when you get like the popcorn boxes or when you're at McDonald's and you get the ones like, you know, the box and then you poke it out and it's the cardboard. I feel like at AMC they had masks when Baby Groot was a thing, and they had it, if you get the popcorn box, you could pop it out and it's Baby Groot and you can wear the mask. So that's weird.
So the theater by my place, you could have everything except stuff that lights up. So when The Force Awakens was out, they were like, you could bring your gear. It just you can't turn the light on. So they just didn't want like people in the middle of the movie, I guess, turning on their lightsabers and waving it around.
Like they do in all the videos.
Yeah.
When they show the crowds of people that are watching.
Yeah, those are special ticket. Like you could get those in Orlando for Disney Springs for the special premiere that will go in their promotional videos. And you can watch the movie like a couple days earlier, and you just have to wear, like, you got to like really dress up. Like they did that for the Avengers Endgame and Infinity Wars, I think. So I didn't go, but I'm just saying that's how that works.
Let me read a couple more super chats. The Sammy G Show, thank you for 2 super chats in a row. Imagine a reboot of it. I think that was for Song of the South. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's never happening.
Oh.
I suppose you could have pressed the white people, but that wouldn't go over well either.
No, if they were going to do anything with it, they would have done it by now, and that would have been, they would have probably just repurposed all the animated footage into something else.
Well, see, that's what I was thinking. That's what they were trying to go for with Zootopia. Like,
possibly, yeah, that made sense when you said that, yeah.
Yeah,
but
the one thing is like the only good parts about that movie are the animated stuff and Uncle Remus. And Uncle Remus is really like the best part about it, because it's just sort of this gentle old man, and you kind of want to go hug him, and you kind of want to go hang out in his cabin, and you kind of want to go eat some of that stuff that's in the pot, you know. But other than that,
Until you find out it was your parents.
What the hell?
it's a little.
Like he's like you sort of just want to hang out with Uncle Remus, but other than that, it's sort of a boring movie. So I don't think that, because the only good stuff is really the animation and Uncle Remus, I just don't think there's much to work with. So.
Well, I mean, you could, you know, adapt a story if it's based off of that, and you can always improve upon it to add more depth and like focusing on like a few more characters.
The Brer Rabbit story.
You got like an Uncle
Simply
Remus
focus on
12
the
years a slave thing
animation.
going on or something.
Well, that's one way to make it more intense, but I wouldn't suggest that for children unless, you know, maybe if it's a PG-13 movie. But let me read this next one. Warner Brothers does disclaimers for their old cartoons perfectly. I don't know what they do for their old cartoons because I haven't watched the new, or like updated, I guess, like with new commercials. All of the ones that I have are like the old versions that came out when they released. But I don't remember any of the disclaimers. But maybe that's because I watch it on VHS when you.
That's the one that like Mary was just talking about. In the new box set for, well, not new because it's been like 10, 15 years now, but actually probably more than that, of Looney Tunes. That's where Whoopi Goldberg come out and said to censor these cartoons would be to act like they never existed. Kind of thing. So they present a lot of the old racist cartoons the way they were.
Yeah, but in their entirety, which is admirable in my opinion, because you can at least like, start the conversation that way, right? And you can pick out the parts that are worthwhile from the cartoons and then use that as a platform to begin the discussion with your kids when they're watching this stuff about what is and isn't acceptable, what's right and what's wrong. You don't want it presented as though there's not bad stuff in there that you should try to go ahead and sort of rectify in the mind of a child, but at the same time, like, you also, there's some good stuff in there too, right? Let's not pretend like these things were worthless.
I'm trying to think of when there was racism in Looney Tunes.
Yeah, they did a lot of Indian jokes, some blackface jokes.
There was one over the top with like the lip action on people. Yeah, blackface. Yeah, there's some stuff. Hi, Cecil.
quite a few times. I don't think that's the real Cecil. I think that's
that's not the real Cecil.
Yeah.
Well, if that is the case, then they need to censor Peter Pan.
Oh, yeah.
They need to censor Pocahontas.
They probably will
Please
eventually
don't give
on
them
Peter
ideas. I love
Pan.
Peter Pan. Please don't give them ideas. Please.
I say they probably has somebody watched Peter Pan on Disney Plus, they may have already because they've done it to Fantasia and a few other ones.
What do they do to Fantasia?
They cropped out the little black boy and the little devil black boy and a few other things.
Centaur girl.
Sorry.
There's this part where like the centaurs, there's these little like girl centaurs, and they're all prettying themselves up or whatever, and they're and there's one part where a little black girl as a black horse is like trying to follow one of the little white girls around or whatever, and she's got her hair in braids and she's really stereotypical racist looking, and it's bad. It is bad, and it's terrible, and you shouldn't have her running around basically being the servant of these little white girls, because that's what it comes across as. But at the same time, I don't think you should censor it. I think it's bad. It is bad.
Oh my god, I forgot about this.
But Warner Brothers has actually gone the opposite direction. Like
so they don't have her anymore.
Yeah,
right?
she's not in the thing anymore. They cut her out. And then like
terrible. That's terrible.
And they've gone like the other direction on Warner Brothers, like the old Tom and Jerry cartoons where they changed because they used to have the black lady come downstairs and yell at Thomas all the time. They changed it to a white lady or whatever, and then they reinstated the black legs and the voice like it used to be in the Blu-rays. So yeah, because she's actually their maid or whatever. Yeah.
But I still don't think you should get rid of it, right? Don't get rid of it.
No, that's their whole answer for everything is just pretend it didn't happen, rewrite the past.
Yeah.
Right.
What
about Princess and the Frog?
I love that movie so
much. I love that movie.
Because if I'm not mistaken, my oldest daughter used to watch the crap out of that. And if I'm not mistaken, it's not that old either, but there's some innuendo in there too, isn't there?
I think the innuendo in and of itself is meant to imply that it's a bad thing, and the way that it's a lady of your stature, right? Where they're talking down to her, and she kind of looks at them like, what the f are you talking about, right? Like it's presented differently. It's presented as a bad thing as opposed to being normal or okay. And
I think the most like racist thing in that was the bayou people, or like the animals in the bayou.
Right.
Like that was the one thing that I was like, all right.
Let me just light my butt.
Yeah.
But it was funny. It wasn't like offensive. It was just a stereotype. But because they made it a bug and not a human, I think that's kind of what saved their ass.
Yeah.
Probably.
But
that's reminiscent of Song of the South.
I freaking love that movie so much. I love that movie so much.
Let me read a few more of these. Really Woodward, thank you for the super chat. Hi Tom, hi Drunk, hi 97B.
Hi.
Good to see you, Anna and Mary. Heart eyes, kissy face. Sorry for gushing. You're both absolutely gorgeous. Well, thank you. I'm drenched in sweat right now, so thank you.
I'm not on camera because my room is also a hot box and fans are going and it's not enough. So
I got a silent fan.
How do you have a silent fan?
It's from Dyke.
Mine are not silent. They're just back in the back of the room so that they don't overpower my microphone. If I moved it over here, hold on.
I heard like a squeaky toy.
Teaser the Mandalorian, thank you for the super chat. Happens when you don't have Second Amendment right. I think he was talking about the Stormtrooper girl. Yeah. But still, it's like even
I don't know what the laws are there.
If you're not allowed to have guns, I'm sure you can still have a toy gun. As I'm assuming the person that filmed it, he was from Canada, and he said, you can get this at the dollar store. You know?
No, let's be honest. The cops overstepped their bounds. They're being stupid. They could have made the situation a hell of a lot worse than it was, too.
Somebody said that it was partially because this person was breaking a quarantine rule. In one of the comments, I don't know if that's true. I was just like scrolling through the comments.
She was doing her job. Obviously,
even if it was, that is no reason for them.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree.
That was bullshit.
Yeah, because what kind of quarantine are they having? She was in a mask. I mean,
yeah, at least she's wearing a mask.
She's in full armor and a mask with gloves. Well, to be fair on that, I was told that I am not allowed to wear those type of masks into stores either, at Target specifically. So, Spider-Man, Chewbacca, Clone Trooper, alien does not count. You have to wear a medical mask. This is bullshit.
Really, we got cleared for regular. Like we could wear a bandana.
I was gonna say I've seen people with bandanas, damn t-shirts around their faces.
But I can't even buy a medical mask if I wanted to. Like I don't even know where they sell them.
Amazon.
Like they're just all sold out. It's order 66.
It really is, but I mean, I feel like Michigan, California, and New York have the worst rules about this entire thing.
They do. They have a lot of the most densely populated cities as well. And without actually saying its name, did you see that the CDC reduced the number of total deaths by just over 30,000?
Oh, that's not
because they were counting people. So if I had a heart attack and I expired at the hospital and they tested me post-mortem and I had antibodies, they would count it as a blank death, as a virus death. Yeah. So
they were boosting their numbers.
Right. And they were through the roof. And a lot of it was scare tactics. This was on the first that the CDC announced that.
I just heard, and I was reading an article about it, how China said like their numbers were a lot lower. And then this last like 3 months, their numbers have gotten higher, but they're scientifically that's impossible. The way that they said, oh, well, you're having more deaths now than back then. So China has been faking their numbers too.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that. Yeah.
Oh, everything about the whole situation. Like, I think, Tom, you guys were saying it on a Midnight's Edge stream about how over 1 million phones just stopped being used in China.
It may have been on one of our streams. Somebody said it. I think so. Because it sounds familiar. I remember somebody saying it. I think it was
Rob that was talking about it.
Could have been that or Andre or Rob brought it up. Yeah, now that you say that. Yeah.
And I was like, that's surprising. Surprising.
We're good here in Florida. I went and played golf this weekend.
Oh, hell.
Restaurants are open. No more masks. You don't have to wear no masks.
No masks. No gloves.
I haven't seen my parents in like 2 or 3 months now because we actually had it. And my parents are older. So I've been pretty much just staying at home for the most part, except for my occasional trips to like the grocery store for something. And if like, go grab some vodka or something. But yeah, China lied and people died.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, we do it with my wife's parents. They're elderly. And so we do it with them. They were doing a Zoom back to California, talk with some family members that were back there. My wife was helping them set it up, and she was in full gloves and mask and those kinds of things. When I go over there for certain things, I do that because, I'm not messing around with people in their 70s.
Yeah.
It's just now us here, other than that, none of us have worn masks. We haven't. I mean, we've gotten the dirty looks, and someone confronted me at Walmart. They were coming out as I was going in, and they didn't like what I had to say, so we just left peacefully. But yeah, it's bizarre. He pulled his mask down to chastise me because I wasn't wearing a mask.
Wow.
What are you doing, dude?
That's brilliant.
Put your mask on. I feel like when I went in before I was told I have to wear a mask, like me and other people that weren't wearing masks, we would like look at each other and be like, yeah.
I got you.
It's like we're on the same team. We know. But then
y'all have to go through that.
They don't do it.
Congratulations. You guys are free. What was that thing that I saw about Florida Man and like he backed into parked cars and it's like a car on top of 2 cars? What's up with Florida Man today, drunk?
Florida Man snuck into Disney's Discovery Island and lived there for a couple days.
Yeah, I seen that.
He said it was like living in a paradise. There was nobody around. All the electricity and power working. And
that's a good idea.
Did he ride the cups?
You should have done it.
Dude, how?
It might have been me.
Live stream from
how do you even do that? How do you sneak into Disney? Like
so Discovery, all right, so if you guys, I know most of y'all been to Walt Disney World in Orlando. When you take the ferry boat to Magic Kingdom, there's an island next to you that you don't really see what's on it. That used to be Discovery Island. It's closed. It's been closed for like 10, 12 years. But they left all the stuff there. Yeah, you used to take a little tiny ferry there and play on that thing, and they have
How did he get there? Did he swim through the gators?
No, that was what I wanted
he
to
took
know.
a little canoe there.
He took a canoe out.
Yeah. It was all closed. There was no. He was like, the guy was like,
He just packed the cooler. And shacked up
like,
there
I didn't think it was closed. All the lights were on.
Just
Yeah, but, like,
step up your gator. You want your park hopping channel to explode? Get on a canoe, go out to that island, and start live streaming.
That'd be awesome. That sounds like Tom Sawyer's Island in Disneyland in California.
It's like Tom Sawyer's Island, yeah.
That's
I'd go live there. That place is.
I'll go with you,
It's
Jay.
so
Let's do
legit.
it. We'll make a weekend out of it.
Yeah, I heard like the hotel that's on there, so like a rustic thing is like gorgeous, but it's just abandoned.
Why?
So
No, seriously, we'll pack a cooler. We'll take a case of beer. It'll be great.
I'm down.
Let's see.
Light a fire.
Mr. Another, happy Revenge of the 5th. Well, happy Revenge of the 5th to you as well. And that's a good segue into this. Everyone, who is your favorite Sith Lord?
I like all the Sith Lords.
No,
I'm
pick
gonna-
one. You get one.
No, I know. I was making fun of Leslie Headland.
I'm gonna
I like all of the Star Wars.
I like all the Sith Lords.
I'm gonna say
Oh.
Revan because, like, I know he goes back to being good or whatever, but that's badass. You know what I mean?
Gotta go with Vader.
Basic bitches.
Shut up.
Side note, I like Darth Plagueis.
Darth Maul looks cool and has the best lightsaber, though.
But he's an apprentice.
I was gonna say, gonna be one of my questions. Was he actually ever a Sith? Truly, he was just an apprentice. But they do call him a
He is
Sith.
Darth. So I mean, well, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say they call him a Sith and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, technically by that standard, then so
a
is Darth
Sith
Vader,
Lord.
So
because
is Vader, yeah.
he was
Technically,
the apprentice to Sidious.
yeah, fair enough.
But I am
Yeah.
biased too. Darth Vader's my favorite character. What about you, dude?
I like Darth Nihilus, going back to
Ooh.
Knights of the Old Republic and all that, and getting into just the overall background of that character is fantastic. Plus, he can suck the life out of you too. So
I don't know if I've gotten to that part in the game. Is he the one that has the kind of looks like a skeleton mask?
yeah.
Wait, are you on KOTOR 1 or 2?
2. Oh my God, Mary! I gotta tell you, I was playing this game. I vented about this yesterday. So I'm playing this game, and you know when the blind chick shows up and she tries to kill you, and everyone was telling me before I got on the ship to save it, and I was like, all right, I saved it 20 minutes ago, I'm fine. I get on the ship and she tries to kill me. I spent an hour trying to beat this character because I suck at this game. And then I'm playing as a Jedi, so I defeated her. I spared her life. I sent her to the medical bay, and I'm like, all right, she's recovered now. The logical thing in my head is to go talk to blind chick that tried to kill me. 1, to find out if she's okay. 2, to find out who her master is, what her mission is, and then see if she wants to join my team. I did that. I keep playing the game, and about an hour later, I make it back to the ship. Handmaiden and Kriya are talking smack about my character, and then Handmaiden doesn't want to be my apprentice anymore. And I'm like, I can't do anything right. And then I found out that I have to replay that last hour of the game and not talk to the chick. And I'm like, I can't do anything right.
Oh, hell. I haven't
it's
played
rough.
the second one in years and years and years. I chronically played the first one. That one I was pretty obsessed with for a while. But the second one I haven't played in years. I do remember Kriya. I remember Kriya being a freaking badass. Oh, holy hell. That's
Everyone is just angry in KOTOR 2. Everyone's angry. Everyone hates my character. Everyone wants to bitch about my character. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to help you guys.
oh, I'm trying to
He's just trying to help. And I'm like, everyone just loves space, or everyone's mean to Space Jesus, but all the chicks get jealous over Space Jesus. And I'm like, I can't do anything right as this character. But I don't know the whole thing with, because I picked out he looks like Space Jesus. He got longer hair and
It looks like it too, especially when she runs fast, or
when them runs fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all those. I was reading all those Raylo profiles today. It was just they all put butterflies in there.
Okay, I don't understand. I don't know what the butterfly thing means. Does anyone here know what the butterfly thing means? And Raylo,
Is Kylo Ren a Sith?
You're trying to understand the ununderstandable. This is it's bizarre. They're too bizarre for words.
Question. Here's my question. Because no, I don't think Kylo Ren is a Sith. Because
not.
remember, we were put under the impression that Darth, I'm saying Darth, that we were put under the impression that freaking Snoke was not a Sith, that he was something else, right? That he was an old ancient evil was what we had been told, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not a freaking clone of freaking Palpatines, which led me to believe that we weren't dealing with Sith and we had something more interesting potentially in this new sequel trilogy, which of course didn't come to fruition. But now it turns out that it's just a clone of Palpatines, which technically makes Kylo Ren the apprentice of Palpatine, even if he didn't know it, because Snoke was the shit. This is hard. So
headache. Just to understand.
To manage it, you know.
So is he a Sith then? Because that's what we're working with. So then he would be a Sith Lord if you go by the same standard of Darth Maul being a Sith Lord because he was Darth, right? So and we're all ready to accept the fact that Darth Vader was a Sith. So does this?
Yeah, but the difference is that Mace Windu actually called him a Sith Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but he didn't know whether or not they even had the Master of the Apprentice. It was like, remember, he was like, well, which was it? The Master of the Apprentice?
What Mace said was, because Qui-Gon said, because I just talked about this damn thing because I did the debate on EFAP, but Qui-Gon remained, and then Yoda's like, oh, more to say you have, and he's like, we encountered like a Sith Lord, and then Mace Windu's like, a Sith Lord, and they talk about it like the Sith have been extinct for a millennia, and then they go into more of a debate about it, and then when he dies, he's just like, oh, was it the Master or the Apprentice? But I think that there's a difference between being like a Sith Lord and like a Master Sith Lord. Yeah. Because Darth Vader was technically a Sith Lord, but he was never the Master until he killed him. He was always the apprentice. But then when he killed him, he came back to being a Jedi. So
then how come Darth Vader was always called Lord of the Sith?
Because I said there's a difference between a Sith Lord and a Sith Master. But Darth Vader was Sidious's apprentice. He was never his master.
Well, and Sidious wasn't known that he was the master either. He was completely content for Vader to take that title because he had to still remain in shadow as the Emperor. People still couldn't know that he was a Sith Lord, right? Because he is an Empire to run, and so he's got Vader doing all the dirty work. But my question is, does that make Kylo Ren a Sith Lord because he's technically the apprentice by extension?
No, Mary, because I got yelled at in my very first video where I reviewed The Last Jedi. I called them Sith, and then I got a million comments going, they're not Sith!
They're both Lords.
But they were Sith. But Disney retconned it. They were Sith because
according to this,
from Palpatine,
there can only be two Dark Lords of the Sith.
I'm just saying, in The Last Jedi, Kylo looked at Rey and said, let's just forget it all. The Sith, the Jedi, let's just forget it and do our own thing. So I think in his mind, he didn't even care.
Well, I think he was part of the angst comes from the fact, and correct me if I'm wrong, but part of the angst comes from the fact that he realizes he'll never be a Sith. Because even though Snoke is a dark user, going back to The Force Awakens and the cool stuff everyone was hypothesizing about right after The Force Awakens was that Snoke was from somewhere in the unknown regions, and he was a dark side user, but he wasn't. They made it clear going into the movie that Snoke wasn't Sith. Now, they may have changed that.
Yeah, they don't have Snoke in this list. This is the list of Dark Lords of the Sith. We got Darth Bane, Darth Xana, Darth Plagueis, Darth Sidious, Darth Maul, Darth Tyrannus, Savage Opress, informally says.
Savage Opress.
Savage Opress. Oh, shut up. I can read, okay? And Darth Vader. And, of course, Darth Sidious, again, is his clone. That's what they have in this list here on Wikipedia.
We're cloning Sith Lords now.
Oh, yeah.
So according to this, Snoke wasn't one, and no, Kylo wouldn't have been one either.
Nope. He's just a quiet baby. Let me read a couple more of these. TC the Mandalorian, thank you for the super chat. Despicable Human makes snitch call psychotic people with real guns responded. They harassed sane person dressed in sci-fi gear with toy gun. So 2020. Yeah. You know, I saw this meme and it was of the whole like the plague and how they're going to use Tom Hanks's blood to cure the plague.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, could you imagine showing this to somebody from 2019 and getting their response? It's
Forrest
even like
Gump literally saved us.
yeah,
so bizarre.
we used Forrest Gump's blood to cure the apocalypse. Let's see. Caesar
No,
Jordan
Ventress does not count. Sorry, Jedi Padawan Tano says. Or, no, sorry, so Kelvin Shibert says, "Does Ventress count?" No, Ventress doesn't really count. I don't think because she was the apprentice of an apprentice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, by that account, then Ahsoka wouldn't count either because
Yeah,
she,
but
was
she never
the
became a
apprentice of an
full-fledged
apprentice.
Jedi either.
That's true because she ditched it. But I mean, she would refer to herself as a Jedi.
Padawans are not considered full-fledged Jedi though.
But
They
that's
have to pass
true.
the trials. So
Let's see. Caesar Jordan, thank you for the super chat. May the farce be with you, Disney. Raspberry noises.
So I have a question. Did Obi-Wan go through the Jedi trials in between Qui-Gon dying and the funeral?
it counted that as his trial. So his engagement with Darth Maul was what they counted as his trial.
Oh, okay.
That was how he became knighted.
That's pretty shady, but okay.
Well, it's not uncommon.
Well, I was gonna say if you look at it, what's the ultimate? Yeah, I was gonna say what's the ultimate challenge for a Jedi to face a Sith Lord? So
Yeah, it wasn't uncommon. It was something that they attempted to do with Ahsoka Tano as well. Is that when she'd gone through her trial in the Clone Wars and they'd found her guilty, and then they wanted to like potentially execute her, and she held her head up and she stuck to her guns the entire time. And then they wanted to take her back into the Jedi Order before she had like let them know, no, I'm not coming back. They were like, this was your trial, right? And they were going to go ahead and make her a full-fledged knight. And she would have been a full-fledged Jedi Knight within the Order had she not declined and stepped away from it. So it wasn't an uncommon thing to happen. Yeah, we were a bunch of. It wasn't uncommon.
This is a compliment, Java. This is the nicest thing Java has ever posted.
Yeah. So yeah, no, there were lots of things that Jedi that Padawans would do that sometimes would count as their trial if it was a particularly difficult or arduous task. So not uncommon.
Willie Woodward, thank you for the super chat. Mary, I'm curious, how hot is it where you are?
So I can't speak to exactly. Well, I guess I could pull up my friggin' weather app.
whatever it is, it's that much hotter because Mary's there. That's the right answer.
That's sweet. So it's like 87 degrees outside right now.
So it's 187 degrees.
My room is substantially warmer because there's no air conditioner in here.
Look at Tom. Oh my goodness. It is 97 degrees right here in my office.
Shit.
It's hot. Let's see. Private Halo 117, thank you for super chat. I'm in Florida and I've been sitting on my private beach drinking alcohol for all this. It's good to see that you're all staying safe. Well, lucky you. If I will get arrested.
That's perfectly fine because Jay and I are going to go to Discovery Island and pop out some brewskis.
Florida.
No, Cecil was telling me his parents moved to Florida and his dad went because I guess they have they're right on the beach. And so his dad went to the beach and recorded where he's there's no one around for miles. And he sat there for about 5 minutes before police came and drove up and told him he had to leave. And he's like, there's no one here, social distancing, but apparently
I'm not hurting anybody, you twat. Leave me alone.
Well, it's I don't know if you guys watched it or not, but there's a video of this guy that was out paddleboarding and they had 3 of the police boats come out and there was police on the beach that were trying to get him out of the ocean to arrest him. And I'm just if there's no one around and he's in the middle of the ocean paddleboarding, I don't see why that's
He's gonna infect the sharks.
I think that was if he gotten hurt, there's no one there to rescue him.
Well, that sounds like a stupid people doing stupid things kind of issue.
That's Florida.
No, but look, can we please just let natural selection take its course here? That's all.
I'm gonna go with Mary on this one.
Well, here in California,
I understand what Jay's saying. Sorry, but yeah.
It is not my job or anyone else's job to protect stupid people from themselves.
No,
I'm just saying.
Let them go. Run with knives. Do the whole thing. I don't care.
Right.
But here in Colorado, we had a guy who was approached by cops, and they're threatening to arrest him. And he was literally at a park, a baseball diamond, no one in sight. He was there with his kids, and he was playing ball with his kids. And the cops came up and was giving him shit because social distancing. And he's like, there's no one here. No one. I can't see anyone. And you guys are within 6 feet. So what's going? No gloves, no mask, no nothing. Yeah, it was.
That's so stupid.
It's bizarre. It's absolutely
Did you
bizarre.
guys see the video of the woman in Idaho where she let her kids play on the playground and there was no one at? Well, there was like other moms, but they were all, I guess, walking. And so the mom that let her kids play on the playground got arrested, and all the other moms were like losing their shit. And they're like, you can't arrest her. Like, you haven't even waited for her husband to come here to like get the kids, but they were arresting her. And it's like, who's going to watch her kids, you know?
Yeah, now us other moms are gonna have to step in and then like void the social distancing in order to keep these children from being abandoned, essentially, because you guys are asshats.
Well, I mean, could you imagine abandoning a mom that was letting her kids go on the swings and the slides and then taking her away with before the other parent or the other caretaker could get there to watch the kids?
Well, if they go into a house and they arrest the parents, or they arrest, let's say it's a single parent home, and they go in to arrest the parents, they'll let the system take care of it, but they're not going to make phone calls to the family members to come to the house.
Good
They're going to let the system, the social workers or whatever, go to the house, and the other family members won't even know until they're contacted by social services.
I live in Florida. We don't have those problems. People are at the park.
Oh, shush up, Jay. You
Park
just
right over here. You're
like alligators where you live.
Yeah, the alligators in the back by the lake, and then the park is up here.
I'll never forget that video of that guy who took bath salts and was chewing that other dude's face off.
We talked about that yesterday.
I never saw that.
Oh man,
that was in Miami. That was in Miami Beach. Yeah.
No, I just feel like this whole like protecting people from themselves kind of mentality here is so insane, and it's sort of a slippery slope kind of thing.
How long is y'all's lockdown for? Is it to June?
I don't
know.
I heard a couple of theaters opened up somewhere this last weekend, and they actually did really well.
Yeah, May 1st they opened up. I think Georgia. Yeah. Someone was talking.
That was Georgia.
Online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll be
Talking
surprised if
road
my
trip.
Little Town's theater survived this. I haven't even checked.
I got theme parks are opening in like 3 weeks.
It's a long way.
While y'all are home, I'll be
Oh my god. These
video.
railers, guys, they haven't stopped. I just got like 20 more notifications from it.
Jesus.
That one Raylo was they just kept, every time I said something, they just kept putting that gif of Kylo Ren and Rey kissing after every one of the comments.
They're disturbed.
They have nothing else to say. It's
I
pretty
just
funny.
feel like at this point they've nerfed everything. They've nerfed absolutely everything. I'm waiting for him to come in and take all my forks away so that I can't jab my fucking eye with them or something.
No, it's like they just don't stop. And I've gotten so many. I think I posted that in the ladies group chat, but this morning I think I maybe had like 100 dislikes at most on my video, and because they've been mass like tweeting like go report and downvote my video, it had over 500. And then the one girl, she's like, oh, I've gotten like so many hate comments on my video. And I went and I looked at the original video. There's not one negative comment on her video. She could be censoring it, but I'm like, I just went and looked at mine, and I'm like, you can't even find a positive comment from the past, day, because everything that was like my fan base is all, from yesterday, and then today it's just like, you're a terrible person, go kill yourself, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm the negative one. But this is insane.
Does this have to do with that imposter lady that everybody's going on about?
Imposter lady.
Or what's this one about? Who's attacking you now?
Oh, so me and Jesse did a reaction video to Raylo. Somebody animated
Raylo cartoon.
A Raylo scene, or they animated the scene from The Last Jedi where they're touching fingers through Force Skype.
You're kidding.
I'm not. No, but somebody tagged me in it on Twitter and they said, like, can you do a reaction to this? And I was like, all right, I'll do a reaction to this. And so me and Jesse did it. And now all the Raylos are losing their shit on Twitter and they're trying to report my video and my channel. And it's insanity. And like arguing with these people is just, you lose brain cells from it. But the one thing that I can do is, like, if they report my video, all I have to do is say, because the girl that made it said that she blocked me, but I can still see everything that she's tweeting. But she said that she reported me for like a copyright strike on my channel for stealing her content. And all I have to do is say, she doesn't own these characters, Disney does. If anyone's going to get
Well, not only that, it's fair use. Yeah,
it is. It's 100% fair use. And I'm like, my video is fair use. Hers, she's like, I could go and like contact Disney and say, hey, this person's using your IP. They're literally stealing your characters, your audio clips from the movie and making an entire animation about it. It's like, I don't know. But if the logic doesn't work on them, it's like they do everything right. Anyone that criticizes them is the villain. But it's like, oh my God. Like my Twitter, it's like I can't even see. I was trying to find whatever it was that we were talking about, and I open it up and I'm like, oh sweet Jesus, this is insane. But it is.
All right, I'm responding to this stupid bullshit, Mary Jo. Imagine thinking you're morally superior for not liking a certain ship, but then turning around and tearing down an artist for their hard work. She spent time and effort doing this because she loves it. What if your comments force her to stop making art, or worse, harm herself? Suddenly, not so morally superior. Regardless of your opinions on the ship, harassment is not okay, and I cannot support someone who thinks it is. So I have responded. Imagine coming to a channel you never watched just to mass flag and downvote someone who you under normal circumstances would never pay attention to. Go fuck yourself.
No, it's like I really think on Twitter they should have a little badge next to you. Like if you're under 18, your like name should be like yellow. If you're over 18, it should be green. If you're just like, so that way I know. I'm like,
honestly, you shouldn't be on this shit if you're not 18 anyway.
It's supposed to be 18 and over. You have to put in your birth date. So I bet you could just.
Well, actually, that's
Twitter?
not true. Twitter allows people 13 and over on.
Oh, is it 30? Oh, okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. No, it's just this chick was like, you're a mean girl. You're like Regina George. You were the popular girl in high school, and you get a kick out of making fun of her. And I'm like,
right, because the Star Wars chicks are always the popular girl.
No, and I said I was made fun of, which is like the Star Wars girl. And then she's like, oh, I'm sorry. You wanted to be the popular girl at high school, which is why you're acting out your own little mean girl fantasy. Looks like I hit a nerve here, laughing face. And I'm like,
the mental gymnastics she had to do to make her own argument.
I know. It's like, oh, thank you. You're telling me what I want with my life. That's great. Complete stranger. But the thing is, like, none of these people watch my video because I specifically said it, like, I'm not nicking the girl and her art. I'm talking about the content or like the concept of Raylo that I have a problem with. None of them watch the video though. Let me see. Let me read this next super.
I just like their.
Wow, I think I just won. I got Sylvester Stallone's autograph.
Did you guys ever see that? Oh,
I bought some Rocky Complete. It's an anniversary, a 40th anniversary Rocky Topps cards, and it said in the bottom, it said on the thing, a chance to win limited Sylvester Stallone autograph. The odds of winning are 1 in 125. And here it is, 8 out of 10, Sylvester Stallone. Congratulations, you have received a Rocky 40th anniversary autograph card.
Woo!
Oh, congratulations.
God, the fucking
Very
odds
cool.
of that are even more, probably less than 120, even because this is like how many years old now?
I think Tom is.
Do you really want it?
Hold on, but
I
wait.
did.
Speaking of trading cards, though, like you guys should go back Anna's campaign so I can get my fucking trading card.
It's almost there. It's almost
Why
there.
didn't you get one? I thought you got one.
No. You don't get it until it's 30K.
It's almost
5
at
days
30K.
left.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it needs it like because everybody's gonna get one. So I backed it twice, which means I get 2.
Oh, you're talking about the other thing. Gotcha.
Yeah, Vamperiella.
No. I thought you were talking about the Phantom Menace trading cards. My bad.
No. I got that.
Yeah, I hope we get the Vampirella one. I backed it. I got the one set.
No, my mom called me and she's like, Anna, I can't figure out like I can't figure out how to order this online. I'm like, Mom, just ask Emily. She's standing right next to you, which is that's my sister. She's like, I don't know how to do it. Can you order me 25 t-shirts for my car club? And I'm like, you want me to order 25 t-shirts? And I'm like, Mom, I was like, do you have all the sizes? She's like, no, just like get everyone mediums. And I'm like, Mom, I've seen your car club people. They're not mediums. But I'm like, Mom.
Oh, damn.
Okay, they're all, it's out of love. They're all older and they're all small. They're all old. They all enjoy, even my mom. I'm like, Mom, you're not a medium. But I'm like, Mom, it's $25 per t-shirt and you want me to order 25 of them. I'm like, give me your credit card information. I'll order them on your credit card. And I was like, I'm not doing that for you, Mom. Do you think I'll get flagged if I put hashtag Raylo as a mental disorder? Do you think I'll get flagged for that?
Oh, you might. You might.
I'm just saying YouTube's been weird.
Yeah. Dude.
It's not YouTube, it's Twitter.
Oh, on Twitter? Yeah, I think you definitely
know on Twitter? You just looking for more trouble, aren't you?
Well, no, it's because this person.
Just yes. Yes.
Yeah, I just if I have to ask, then I shouldn't do it. That's what's so infuriating. It's because it's like you have to censor yourself so much. And I remember when Tim Pool did that thing where he talked to like Twitter's lawyer and then the guy that owns Twitter, and he's just like, well, if you're doing this and it's, you know, we have freedom of speech in America, it's different in different countries, but if the rules should apply based on the country that you live in, or it should be a better system. And they're just like, me.
Yeah, but who's getting strikes from Pakistan? Who was that? Was that part of the
Was that the Last of Us stuff?
No, this was a while ago. Someone got struck from Pakistan because they violated some free. They don't have free speech there, so it's a completely different thing. Never mind. Well,
and
you might want to look at your super chats.
I have a profile I gotta go fill out for the.
Oh, no problem. If you need to go, that's fine, Mary.
Yeah, I gotta skip. I told him I'd be there in about an hour, so.
You're good. You're good. Go take care of you.
But yeah, guys, go back Anna's freaking. Please, I really want the trading card, please. we're so close. We got less than $1,000 left. Please, I'm just saying.
You have a little bit under $900 and 4 days left, and then it's still going to go into demand. But if it doesn't make it in the 5 days, then the stretch goals don't apply. But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. So thank you,
guys.
It'll get there.
Come on, I just want the trading card, please. Just with the trading card. All right. Have a good one, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Mary.
Bye, Mary.
Bye.
And then there were 4. All right, let me read this. And of course, Mary left right before I read this one. The Gilkman, thank you for the super chat. Hail the chat and the panel. Wonderful people. Love you all. Sending big hugs to all of you. Thank you all for everything you do. Oh, well, thank you, Thomas. And I hope you had a great birthday.
He did. He got his Fandom Menace card.
Ah, nice.
Good dude. Thanks, Thomas.
Sith Lord 3827, thank you for the super chat. I thought I was your favorite, Tom and Mary.
Ooh.
Tom, you're getting hate.
I didn't do it. Who did I say was my favorite?
I don't know. Did you say who your favorite was?
I didn't. I don't remember saying anybody was my favorite.
Tom, you didn't answer the Sith Lord question. How dare you?
Oh, I did. I said Darth Vader.
Oh, well, there you go. That was the answer. And he's saying he's mad that you didn't say him.
Oh, gotcha. My bad.
Carton Looney, thank you for the super chat. So anyone else mad that they retconned the Sith rule of 2, where several Sith can exist, but 2 applies only to their leaders? I did not know that they did that.
Yeah.
When did they do that, Jay?
Not that long ago. It was in a book. It was in a book. It was in one of their guides. Yeah, it's just the more stuff that comes out, you're just kind of like, I don't even care to read it. You're just like, yeah, that's good. Like the whole thing I was dealing with was the whole Alphabet Squadron. Downplayed Luke Skywalker. Did you hear about that one? Yeah.
I think so.
Jen Erso was the real hero of the Death Star being blown up.
Yeah, and they don't even think that her daddy was the only reason she was important. But anyway.
Yeah.
It's like her
They're
dad.
Like, Luke Skywalker just took the final shot. He didn't really do anything.
Oh, he didn't use the Force.
Can you
and
like
he
stop?
didn't get the
Like,
plan.
they just really hate that guy.
He didn't get the plans to Princess Leia. He didn't rescue Princess Leia from the Death Star. He didn't, do any of that. And also, Jen, how the hell would she have gotten there without the shit from Cassian?
I mean, if you go all the way back, you could say that it was her father that did it.
Yeah, you can. He was the one that came up with
maybe he's the guy who's responsible because he put the little plans in there.
It's just one of those things where they're going to retcon everything, so that way, if a man gets any kind of credit for anything, they're going to retcon it, so that way it was a woman.
They just really hate the only time they got Luke right was in Battlefront 2 story mode. It's the only time Disney's got Luke right. Only time Luke showed up and he was helping like the main character. I forgot her name.
Well, that wasn't even them. That was EA, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it still fell under Kennedy and all that stuff.
Well, I don't think Kennedy has any oversee on what the
Probably not.
do. I think it's just EA's like.
So what I was saying in the Disney era, that was the only time because Luke had a line in there. They were like, she's like, "Why are you helping me?" He goes, "Because you asked. I know you used to work for the Empire, but you asked."
And then at the end, where he's talking to the other Imperial agent, the dude, and he goes through this whole spiel about how nothing's set in stone. You can change. You have to make the right decisions and that kind of thing. You
just hate Luke Skywalker, man.
They do. I think the best book that's come out, I even forget the name of it, was the one where it literally had nothing to do with any of the characters. It was just a tale of this kid who was force sensitive, and he was like not an archaeologist, but like he would find stuff, and if he touched it, he would get the history of whatever he touched. So whatever that force power is. But it was like a nothing book, and it's canon, and it takes place well after all of the current stories and stuff. I found that book far more intriguing than any of the Journey 2 books that were supposedly necessary reads in order to fully understand the movies. Yeah, I couldn't.
The only Disney book that I kind of liked was Bloodline. It's the only one I
never win nothing. See, that's the first time I don't ever win anything. This is weird for me.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
See, limited on card, so randomly inserted, no purchase necessary. Odds were when these came out were 1 in 125.
Wow.
I can't.
Yeah, I know for Zach's, your boy Zach, his what was it? The Expendables comic that Sylvester Stallone was only going to sign, like I think.
I know, I missed out.
And it was like $1,000 because he never signs anything. Like that's one of his sticks is that he doesn't do autographs. So it was a big deal. But I mean, congratulations, Tom. Yay.
I know I never win anything, so I'm like really jazzed.
You've won my heart, Tom.
Oh, you just want my card, Jay.
He does.
The dude 1764, thank you for the super chat.
I've got the best autograph from anybody right here.
Oh, congratulations. The Raylo Twitter hissy fit was both hilarious and strangely terrifying. It was the first time I've seen that particular crazy up close. Dude, go look at my video. Go look at the comments. I think me and Jesse are supposed to have our first official stream tomorrow, but that was for the Return of the Sixth celebration. I think what I might just do for that is go through and read all of the Raylo comments on my video. Drunk, it might be like that one Data Racer stream where we read all of those in the voices.
Oh, that's so great.
I don't know if you guys saw that. It's like Raylo #takes pill.
Takes pill is the best part of the whole thing. It's like Ethan started laughing when he read
Takes pill.
It's like they're so dramatic. They're
Takes
so dramatic.
pill. Yeah,
because Ben Solo was killed and they were so sad. Like she ran out of the theater and she had to take pills because she's so sad.
He died. Takes pill. I mean,
takes pill. They put in quotes. Takes pill.
Here, I can pull it up. We can read some of it. Do you guys want to do a dramatic reading for a little preview for tomorrow's stream?
Oh, good Lord.
All right. All right, we can go one at a time. You got to do like an SJW-esque voice, or like a crybaby Raylo, whatever you imagine a Raylo. Let me make
I
this.
don't know if I'm capable of that.
No.
All right, let's see.
Let's do it like this.
Oh
All
my-
right. Oh, it's in Russian. Can't even read that one.
Oh darn.
What the hell does this say? Oh, that's so many nasty ass Raylo fans. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna thumbs up it. Oh, look, there's Mary. Okay. I don't know where these start. Well, here, I'll scroll down a bit because it was, I think, until I started talking about this. Oh, here we go. Here to dislike.
Engagement's engagement.
Here.
I have one.
Who wants to read Sophie?
I can't see that one. I have it pulled up on my
I know.
phone.
I'm about to try and bring it up myself because I can't see it either.
Okay, I'll zoom in. Okay, you know, maybe I should just make this full screen. Maybe you guys can see it better. Can you guys
That's
see
a little better.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
Who wants to read Sophie?
Tom, you got to read Sophie.
You're a talentless pick-me girl with nothing better to do than tear down an artist who works incredibly hard. Raylo is canon, okay? Get over it.
Can I read all right.
Oh my god.
Why does this vid have more likes than dislikes? You two are disgusting.
Here we go.
I can't do it.
You can't. You can just read in normal voice.
You two are disgusting. If you don't like the ship, okay. Spend your time watching Raylo content only to mock the artist. Not okay.
Oh my god, this replies. Oh, well, there's one.
Raylo, what? I like how they put "not okay" in all caps. Not okay.
You know what's funny is
Not okay.
we don't mock the artist at all.
No.
I gotta make that into a shirt.
Not okay.
Oh, this one's right. Okay, here we go. Oh my god. Raylo isn't toxic. You know, there are more movies like that. Bad Boy, Good Girl, Strange Magic, Bach King and Marianne, Hunger Games, Katniss, and PETA. What? PETA's like the sweetest, like little angel character. I mean, he's more goody goody two shoes. She's more of like the hard
50
ass.
Shades of Grey? Are you serious?
50 Shades of Grey, Anna and Christian. I would just like to say her name is spelled with one N. I need to emphasize that very much. Riverdale, Jughead and Betty, Future Diary, Yono and Yoki, etc. And guess what? Yep, they all end up together. Kylo Ren dies, and it was a kiss of gratitude, not of love. Oh, there's one more. This person gets it. Who wants to read this one?
You say you're an artist and still you're bashing another artist's work. Disgusting to say the least.
Apparently criticism is not allowed.
Disgusting to say the least.
Tom, do you want to read this one?
Sure. This is straight up bullying. It doesn't matter if you don't agree with the show. That's never an excuse to treat people like this. Would you say those awful things to the artist's face? And the saddest thing is, I bet you're not even ashamed of what you did. Must be been laughing, looking at these comments. Disgusting. Yes, Emma, we are fucking disgusting.
Oh my god. Yes, we are laughing because you guys are fucking insane. And yes, that is one thing.
Oh my god.
I would say all of this to the artist's face. I would ask her, why would you? I want to ask, because I've never met a Raylo in person. Why do you ship something when the guy has murdered? Like when you tell them, like he murdered his father, he blew up planets, not one. He blew up planets that had billions of men, women, children, and animals and aliens on them. Why are you shipping him with her? And I'm assuming they wouldn't have an answer. Who wants to read this one?
Which one? Oh, God.
If you're going to chastise others to redirect their energies into creating their own IP, it would be a good start to have everything in your Etsy store but fan art of other people's IPs. Okay.
Fan art sells, though. That's one thing. I'm not making. I mean,
I'd say that one's kind of.
Yeah.
well, I mean, yeah, that one's a little
That one was hard to get into.
crazy.
I
That
got
one's a
this
little
one.
crazy.
I got this
You
one.
can
I
do
got this one.
Damn it.
Can I do this one?
Yes, you can do this one.
Stop being ridiculous. You can hate Raylo as much as you want, but leave the artist alone.
Leave the artist alone.
Who you think you are to criticize her? Oh, criticize Raylo shippers. Don't drag us. You won't survive.
Did anybody even say anything about the artist?
No. No,
she's
I
talking about the art.
specifically say I'm not nixing her on the animation because I know how difficult animation is to do. I think Jesse commented on how the hands were drawn badly, and I said the one thing that I pointed out specifically about the artwork is that they never make Kylo Ren look like him. They always draw him to look better because I'm going to say it might be controversial. He's not a very attractive man, and they always draw him better. And then the girl drew Rey worse than what Daisy Ridley looks like. But that wasn't us commenting on her. That was just a general, observation. But we never said that she did it badly. But yeah, let's see. Regardless of how you feel about that ship, which you did not need to tag, there's nothing wrong with the animation. I know I said that. Someone put hard work into it, and you're not even constructively dissecting it. They didn't watch the video.
I got one.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are what made the schoolyard a living hell.
Wait, that's the same person.
Yeah,
I know.
But that one was better. I felt better about that one.
Who's the
One
fat
take,
dude
one
next
take.
to Anna?
Oh my goodness. Who wants to read this one?
I'll do it. Which one we had? The MJ?
Mm-hmm.
Can't understand. You're surrounded by Star Wars stuff. Drawing boobs and asking for support at the very beginning of your video, but you can't see and accept the work of other fans and their vision. Pitiful attitude. Plus, your friend's cat doesn't seem to be agreeing with your opinion about Raylo. Just delete. Thanks.
Oh my god.
I think Tom should do all of them.
I know Tom is the best.
Pitiful attitude.
That's from doing Bree's voice for like the last 2 years.
Oh
my
god.
Toxic and abusive is your interpretation of a story and not about the universal truth. And to use caps lock is very poor way to justify the making of a toxic and abusive video. Oh, and so much for female solidarity, I guess.
What's her name? The girl who played Go?
Oh my god, Tom, do you want to read this one?
Yeah, please. Tom.
There's a fucking difference between actually critiquing an animation and trying to pick out as much as you can to make fun of, and just being mean because you don't like a ship. The art is fine. The animation is fine. This is very good animation. Whether you like it, the content or not, like SpongeBob. Don't be assholes. So you can get bonus points from all the originals are better dude bros out there.
Oh my god.
All right, this one's mine. You both are pathetic. Making fun of someone else's art? Seriously? I mean, how old are you? 5? People like you are a shame to the Star Wars community.
I'm actually 9. I identify as a 9-year-old. I should comment that.
I was just gonna say you should comment that. Blow their little fucking mind.
I know.
No, identify.
I'm 9. I'm 9.
Identify as 9. You got to say it that way. That way they don't understand.
Oh.
There you go. Then they'll be like, huh?
Well,
Thank God for. Yeah, they'll be like, I don't know how to answer this. What if she really does identify as 9?
If anyone watches my channel, they all know when I say how old I am, everyone knows to answer 9. I identify as 9. I'm 9 years old. And then on my next birthday, I'm going to be 9. And the next birthday after that, I'm going to be 9. And I'm always going to be 9. Who wants to read this one?
Dude bros. Be nice.
Scarlet of Jakku.
Jakku. I was going to give y'all the benefit of the doubt. That y'all are being mean to the artist, but simply the ship you don't like. But my God, I understand y'all don't like Raylo, but do you have to repeatedly attack the artist's art? You shouldn't have to delete all of it. That is so disrespectful.
I don't remember ever saying that.
You should have deleted all of it. Just all of it. You said that, Anna. You are a horrible human being.
I don't remember saying that. Oh my goodness. Jay, do you want to read this one?
Or go ahead, Jay.
What was the bully and harassment for? The ship is canon, and this is an artist's hard work. Really disappointed you decided to take the higher moral on this. As Star Wars, quote, fans, you really let your viewers down. Boo. Thumb down.
This person is not my viewer.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see.
I love it when they do pretend like I've been watching you for so long. It's like, why have you never commented before? Never seen you during a live stream. Yet now you decided to comment all of a sudden because your morals can't take it anymore.
Well, you know what's funny is you can actually go and search people's names and see every time that they've commented. And I have my email set up so every time somebody subscribes to my channel, I get an email with their name that says like, oh, this person subscribed to your channel. So if this person's like, I'm a longtime subscriber of yours, and then I just go look up the email, I'm like, no, you're not. You've never subscribed to my channel. You know? Unless it's under a different email, which then they should specify. You want to read this?
Where is that? What's Magneticall? That's the name?
Yes.
That's a real name. Sanctimonious woke scolding is cringe. Okay, this is a smart Karen. She uses big words.
She uses a thesaurus.
One of those dinosaurs. It's a pretty vanilla enemy to lovers plotline. Warning: villains and heroes to bang in fictional stories is super normal fandom fare and always has been. I copied and pasted this from a book. I really miss the days when people didn't wag their fingers over it from a place of moral superiority. Point of personal privilege.
Point of personal.
All right, I'll do boneless books.
She's a smart one.
Yeah.
Gwendy has done more for our fandom than you ever will. Go back to high school. The real world thinks bullies suck.
They really think you're all like the town bullies.
Apparently.
You and Jesse are the mean girls of high school.
And I'm just like, you want to go watch? Like, I have a video from when I was in high school. At my graduation, I gave a speech all about Star Wars. So yeah, talk about bullying. This fandom is cruel and toxic enough as it is. Why contribute to it further? This is disappointing. Please do better. It's like, yes, we're toxic. Let all of these comments.
Upsetted designs. Wow.
All we've been reading are toxic comments. It's like, how do these people not see that they are the problem? You know, how do they not see that? But it is what it is. You know, these people are freaking crazy. And the second you make a video about Raylo, they will attack you like nonstop, not only on YouTube, but on Twitter as well. Like them mass calling to report my channel and my video. It's like, how do you not see that you are being the problem? It's like, if you want to be better, then lead by example. But all they've done is, you know, just show their own, you know, true colors in all of this. It blows my mind.
Jeremy's right. They're crazy. They're
fucking insane. Look, there's a Jay shared a picture. Let me show this picture.
I didn't make it. I gotta work harder.
Yeah. Revenge.
Yeah, where the fuck am I at?
Yeah. But it's a cool picture. It's a cool picture.
Make me Yoda.
It's a cool picture.
Just make me Yoda.
I hate that they have like 2 pictures of me that they use.
I like how Anna's just smiling.
I'm in the middle of talking.
Was that Amidala? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy looks serious as fuck.
They use that picture. They use that same picture as Jeremy all the time too.
That's what I said. I was like, I think that they have like 2 pictures. I'm about to go and just make a PNG file of me making different facial expressions. And I'm like, I will give it to all the meme people. That way you have multiple pictures. But oh my goodness, that's great. But I remember when I forgot who it was, but they were doing one where they put like everyone in it. Kind of, you guys remember those posters that came out and it was just every single Star Wars characters ever, including the EU. And it was like this. And it was one of those like painted type of ones. That one was cool. I like those.
That or make me and Jeff from World Class Bullshitters like R2D2 and 3PO. That would work.
That's what I was just about to say. That would be great. I like it when they do the people that usually aren't on camera and then they're like droids and stuff like Mauler and Rags. That's funny.
They always put me up my head on C-3PO when they do that, though.
Well, I wonder why, Drunk.
I don't know.
I wonder. What character should we make Drunk 3PO?
Thank you, Jedi Padawan. Where's Drunk in that photo? I know. I gotta work harder. It's okay. It's okay.
How dare
I'm the new person around here.
Well, Drunk, yeah, I guess you're right. You should be 3PO out of just necessity because I'm short and fat, so I'll be 3PO. Or I'll be R2.
R2. Scott Gentry, thank you for the super chat. Holy crap. Thank you so much, dude. $99. Holy fuck. Thank you. I appreciate that. Star Wars does not exist outside of Wizard of the Coast tabletop RPG. Keep it up, Anna. Have some Republic credits. Just don't spend them on Tatooine. Kind of upsets the ship owners. Yeah, see, knowing how I just got really good at Pazak, I might just waste it all there because I don't know if you guys ever played KOTOR, but there's this game that you can play that's kind of like blackjack. I sucked at it really bad, but then the last time I played it, I won on my first try, and I was like, moving up in the world.
Good job.
Thank you. Black, thank you for the super chat. Okay, Anna, I was going to save this idea for a butt hat, and that's spelled like butt. If you want to piss them off, make a Raylo and John B picture of them holding hands with hearts. Oh, God. Are you talking about like Ray and John Boyega? Because that would piss them off. Didn't oh my God, Pimpmaster Broda do a little picture saying that, when a white man broke up an interracial couple.
Oh
wow.
Better yet, under that, if you make a t-shirt or whatever out of that, Anna, you got to put underneath there, he's just laying some pipe.
Oh,
wow.
Oh my God. Dude, I'm loving John Boyega and how like just passive aggressive he is with people. He's just like, Star Wars sucked. I got more going for me than just Star Wars.
Well, in the Duel of Fates script, it was actually Poe and Rey.
Really?
We're supposed to have a little romance.
Didn't they? I remember them saying something about how, this is the first time we get to see, like, Poe and Rey are finally meeting each other. And then Robot Head did a video, and, like, they're literally standing 5 feet apart from each other. And it's like, how do you forget this? Like, didn't you guys have to film that scene? Doesn't filming scenes take, like, an entire day to do when you have a mask?
Do they even watch their movie? I don't know.
That was the one where they were shot together, and then at the end of the movie, they're like, "Oh, I'm Rey. Oh, I'm Poe." That's so bad. So bad.
It's like, how do you forget that you guys were on set together, that you guys had a scene together where you stood right there?
No one will know. No one will see it.
Willie Woodward, thank you for the super chat. You would have totally been right up my alley in high school, Anna. No. I've shown pictures of what I looked like in high school. I looked kind of crazy. I was like a rocker, or like, because I didn't want to be goth, but I was a very, like, if you think I'm strange now, I was a very strange kid in high school. But parents are going through a divorce. I was upset. I went to a high school where I didn't know anyone. I I had like my weird, depressive, emo kid vibes, but I was like a rocker, not an emo, because I didn't like the way they did their eyeliner. That was my mental logic right there. Yeah.
There you go.
I was a very strange kid in high school. Also, I better get going. If I stick around longer to combine hotness of Anna and Drunk and Mary, it's going to drive me broke.
Thank you.
Slick and Hobbs, thank you for your chat. Love all ya. Thanks for all you do. Raylos are weird. I think that should just be a hashtag. We should all make like hashtag Raylos are weird.
I'm gonna make a shirt. Might as well.
We should all make shirts of it. Hashtag Raylos are weird.
Yeah.
Jep
I have a mug.
Raylo tears. Yes. Where did you get that?
That's mine.
Mm.
From my merchandise that no one buys.
There you go. He's got a merch.
It's just filling up space on the internet.
I made a merch store which just has one thing on it, which is that Star Wars Girl security shirt, and I linked it from whatever site that was on, and it doesn't show up on my channel, which is weird because that's kind of the thing it's supposed to. But Drunk is the only one that owns it, so it does exist. It's taking up space on the internet too, but there's merch out there for everyone. There are Raylo or weird mugs, so go check that out. I have the link. Oh shit, what did I click? The link to 97 Bravo's channel is in the description of this video, so if you want to go check, I'm sure you have a link to your merch store there, huh?
I do, yes. It's never been clicked on, so be the first one.
Ah, there you go.
Virgin clicking.
Jeb Alita Battlebush, thank you for the super chat.
Battlebush.
I love how some of them were saying you don't make anything original when the first thing in the video is about a comic you made. They're all blind. Yeah, that's the thing. The comic that I got asked to do and got hired by Dynamite to make. So yes, I did not make anything original ever apparently. And apparently doing your own original art is not original. But yeah. Fun stuff. People don't do their research. Do not do the research. I actually called a girl out on Twitter earlier, one of the Raylo people, because she's like, why do you do this? And I said, if you would have done your research, you would have known. And you actually watched the video you're complaining about. I specifically say I was asked to do a reaction.
The thing that they hate the most is when you bring up the kiss of gratitude. I kept typing that in the comment. I think it's so mad.
Kiss of gratitude.
No, it's not. It's not.
It says it in the book. Let's highlight the comment. Kiss of gratitude. It's not a kiss of love.
It's a kiss of gratitude and of love. You're stupid. I was like, oh yeah, thank you.
Well, have you seen the latest thing where they took a picture or they took a screen cap of Rey at the end on Tatooine talking about how she's pregnant, and when Kylo brought her back to life, he impregnated her with his Force seed.
I did. I saw your post of that where they're like circling her belly, and I'm like, they do realize she has high-waisted pants and she has like a tunic shirt over it. It's like, you guys are psychos.
Maybe she had a burrito on the way there. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just bizarre. They're trying to find anything. They're grasping at straws.
They're desperate. If that's how you get pregnant, it's like, oh, all right.
Don't you know that's when a baby happens when a boy kisses a girl and the stork poops one out of their butts?
United
Oh
Tribute.
my God, that voice.
Thank you for the super chat and thank you for the compliment. Anna, you are so pretty. Speaking of pretty, who do you think is the most beautiful Sith and who is the most sexy? Darth Talon doesn't count.
Sexy.
Who is the
Darth
most sexy?
Talon doesn't count?
Yeah, Darth Talon doesn't count. Well, I'm gonna have a different answer than the guys because I'm assuming all the guys are gonna pick a female Sith. I guess I'll pick a male. Well, Revan looked like Keanu Reeves, so I'm gonna pick Revan. Anakin Skywalker, I guess, can count before he got burned up. So there you go.
Man, Ventress.
Really?
Was she a Sith? Ventress was awesome.
You think
I wanted to see Ventress fight Ahsoka. Did she fight Ahsoka? They didn't.
Yes.
Early
They did fight?
Not in the new season, I don't think.
Yeah.
But I remember there's a scene where they fight.
Did they fight? Oh
I
my
think so.
gosh. I'm totally missed that then.
It's in earlier seasons.
Because they both are like very similar. Both got double blades. They both, it's so this Ventress was awesome. I loved her. I like that.
Drunk's choices Ventress. Everyone start doing fan art of C-3PO and Ventress together.
I see. I didn't want to say anything because you were going to start something.
That's the new shit.
There he goes.
Awesome.
3PO and Ventress. Nobody is going to understand it except for us and everyone in the chat. So nobody say anything. It's like Fight Club. Don't talk about it. Let's just start making fan art of it and posting it, and no one will understand. What do you guys think? Who do you guys think is the
Be careful what you say, just so you know now. Be careful what you guys say.
Yeah, if it can't be Talon, then I'm actually looking him up on the internet. Because there's Kreia, but she's like 1,000 years old. She's cool though. Let's see. Let Tom go. Or is he looking him up too?
Darth Maul's a sexy bitch.
There you go. There you go.
Come back to me then.
What's the one girl that? Oh wait, Darth Talon is it? That's the one that she's the Twi'lek, right?
She's a Twi'lek, yeah.
Yeah. You can say Darth Zana. That's what a lot of people always pick.
Darth Zana.
Oh, yeah. Tom makes a rare appearance, everyone.
Well, I figured everybody else is on camera. I might as well be, but it's not going to be for long because, as you can see, I have a face for radio for a reason.
I like Dark Side Ray. Dark Side Ray was pretty.
Oh, God.
She had that little
I remember
knife lightsaber.
Yeah, she's from Legends.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Her Talon, they both work.
I wonder why Darth Talon doesn't count.
Like
moving the goalpost, why don't you? Mr. Another, thank you for super chat. Kylo Ren thought I was flirting and dating all wrong. Apparently, you shouldn't be respectful. You should just be hostile. Yeah. I think that there's a little bit of a spell.
Well, that's what they want, so they can go post it on Twitter and say, "Oh, that Star Wars girl was so mean to me."
People are saying, "Tom, do your Frank Marshall voice."
Oh God.
Hello. I do need some son, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. There you go.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness. Is Anna a Sith or a Jedi? I would be a gray Jedi.
That's a cop out.
Okay, but I don't like to follow the rules, and I'm also not a murderer. So,
But don't you have to be this tall to be a Jedi?
Yeah.
Yoda wasn't that tall.
Hey, that's right. That's right. You're a little. I'm a little.
Dream by my size, do you?
You'll just flip around off rocks and stuff.
There we go. What about you guys? Would you guys be a Sith or a Jedi?
I'd be a Jedi like Anakin or like Qui-Gon. A little aggravated with the council all the time.
And doesn't play by the rules.
Well, yeah, that gray. I think Qui-Gon, as far as his history and everything, is probably the most interesting Jedi, except for Revan, because of what he wanted to know of the living force, as well as to be present but be mindful. He was just fantastic. So I have to agree.
Anna is a Jawa.
Oh.
From Java.
We're about the same size.
Oh no.
No, I showed a picture yesterday, and Mary was the one that said, I was like, yeah, I'm in heels, and I'm standing next to at Disneyland, the guy that was dressed up like what's his name? Captain America. And Mary's like, you're in heels? I'm like, yes. I'm a little.
Did you feed her walking in heels all day?
Huh? They were wedges, but yeah, they do, but you kind of get used to it as long as it's not like stilettos,
It's funny to read everyone's comment. Nobody really wants to be a Jedi because they don't want to be good. They all want like free thought. They're all like, I want
Okay, but here you're not allowed to have any. You have to be a monk. It's like, is anyone here a monk?
I mean, Luke Skywalker got married.
Well, that's the new Jedi Order, though.
Yeah, it depends on what, what era of Star Wars. That's
technically still a Jedi.
Well, as far as the old Republic and the old way of doing things in the EU, when he was just kind of
right, but I'm just saying the question was Jedi or Sith. So if you
depends on when, because if I'm not allowed to have a pet, I'm not allowed to be in love, and I'm not allowed to like live my own life and do my own stuff, then I'm not being a Jedi. I'm not gonna go live in a temple.
The new Jedi Order, I mean, they had pets. Mara Jade and him got married, and it's. I'd be a much better new Jedi Order Jedi than Yoda time frame.
Well, even in like KOTOR, because like Bastila and Revan get married, but even she was saying how like they're not allowed to like have relationships or any of that, so they kind of broke.
I think Obi-Wan was getting down behind the scenes. I'm sorry.
Well, with Satine, yeah, he even talks about that.
So I'm saying so.
But see, that's the thing. You have to do it behind the scenes. You can't be open about it. That's the shitty part.
That's the
order. Oh no! Oh no! Abar Chris, boys. Oh God! You want to be Space Karen, the new Space Karen?
That's the androgynous new character or whatever. I love watching Stephen Art when he Stephen Wayne Art. Mm-hmm. Every time he comes out with a new revision, it's absolutely hysterical.
They lose their shit.
All right. They said nothing about the dude, the guy who was all like 1980s Hercules or He-Man looking. Nothing, not a peep. But they did the girl, and he quite obviously stated. What did he state? That he's like, oh yeah, I know she's supposed to be 16, but I purposely drew her older. Mm-hmm. They'd lost their shit. Oh my God, that's pedophilia. No. It was
to be fair, it's like some girls develop fast, like younger than other women, Like there's some girls that you'll see and it's like, she's 16 years old. She looks like she's, 21 years old. So, I mean, he could have just said that.
Oh yeah. My daughter's 16 and yeah, I don't want to talk about it. But as far as the one in the actual original rendition, that she looked more like 10. I mean, who are we kidding?
Mm-hmm. Well, also, it's like, I remember there's a couple memes and it's like, this is what a 12-year-old looks like back then. And it's like, you have the bad hair, you have braces, you like have your glasses still. And then it's 12-year-olds now and their hair is done. They have push-up bras, they have crop tops. And it's like, ooh, yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi's in the chat saying, I like the Jedi lifestyle. Sure he does.
He even tells Anakin, I almost left the Jedi Order.
Is that a Beavis and Butthead shirt you're wearing, Tom?
Of course.
That's awesome.
Mr. Another thank you for the super chat. I wanted to see Mace Windu versus Count Dooku in a lightsaber duel, but who would you want to see face off? In the movies? You guys go first.
Of all the characters, or are we just doing movies?
I think just the movie.
I want to see Ahsoka and Ventress. If that's out there, I totally got to find that on YouTube. I totally missed that.
I'm going to go Google it right now and find it for you.
That's like third.
But not for like a second. Like I want them. It's like they got to fight to the death.
Oh yeah, no, there's not that.
Oh, hey, look, I found the entire page of scenes. Season 1, episode 9. I think it was early on. Season 1, episode 9.
I got to go back and watch that then. That was Ahsoka was really
she's little. But she only had one lightsaber at that point.
Yeah, that's different.
It doesn't matter. It exists.
You're right.
Why does she hold them backwards? I've never figured that out.
Maybe
you're supposed to be on guard. I mean, the style. I don't know.
Did you ever watch?
Maybe it's one of those things like people that are left-handed. You hold a pencil differently, or that's what I was kind of giving it to. It's like.
But she does both of them that way now.
Mm-hmm.
So wasn't it in Rebels?
Maybe it's an alien thing. I don't know.
Oh, that's true.
I guess I was expecting something more. I've seen everyone in the chat. It was when Ahsoka was on the run. All right, I got you. I think the Rebels they fought. Ventress wasn't in Rebels, I don't think, was she?
Mm-mm.
Holy crap.
No, she dies.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I don't think she was in there. Someone said Darth Vader versus Maul. Vader would destroy Maul.
That'd be funny though, seeing like little baby Anakin and him fighting Darth Maul.
Yeah, he would. He would.
That could have actually been interesting because I don't know if you guys watched Brightburn, but I mean that kid was about the same age as Anakin was, and it's like Anakin just like
Superman powers.
It was the first time it was the first time he like used the Force like that because he saw that Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan were fighting, and he just like did that, and it like maybe I don't know, Force lightning or something, or like something happened and like pushed Maul back against a wall, and like they all looked at him like. And that's when maybe like a trigger moment for Obi-Wan where he realized like, oh shit, Qui-Gon's not like lying. This kid could be the chosen one because he's so powerful. And then they're like, get in the ship. And then he went off and blew up the donut ship, you know?
Donut ship.
It's donut. It's donut outer space.
It is. No, that was a pretty good movie though. Wasn't that produced by James Gunn?
Right. Yes.
Brightburn. Yeah.
I kind of wish it would have been a little bit more. Like at the end, I don't know what the dad was thinking because the dad was the first one to say like he's never had a cut, he's never had a scrape, he's never had a bruise, and then the dad when he goes into the woods to do the thing, and I'm like, why would you think that was going to work on him? Because the dad was the one that was trying to convince the mom that there was something weird with him.
Oh, the mom drove me nuts. The way I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be a woman with just one son. I don't know how that's like, but her character, it was like, he's evil. Snap out of it, you know? I don't know. But she didn't want to believe him.
Well, it's like I don't know if you guys watched the documentary, Don't Fuck with Cats. But
I haven't, but I've seen the preview.
Well, so in the documentary, the police show up after the kid, does anyone know what I'm talking about before I get into this? So Don't Fuck with Cats you can watch it on Netflix. It's the first episode is like the most intense that's going to make. So this guy basically, he's a psychopath, but he was posting videos on YouTube of him murdering kittens. And so, you know, people that love animals, they're like, what the? And so they were like hunting him down on the internet. And so he got a kick out of getting these people's reaction on the internet. So he kept doing it. And then they tried to let the police know because they found him. They're like, this is who he is. This is like where he used to live. Like, this is his former apartment. And because he was in Canada, they called the police. They're like, hey, like this person, he's been murdering cats online for the past few years. It's only a matter of time before he does it to a human. And then he does. He murders someone and he films it and he posts it on YouTube. This is a real thing that happened. Like it's real. You can go find it. And the police go and they talk to his mom after they found like the body. And the mom, like the police, like, do you know where your son is? And she's like, oh, is this about like the cat videos? Because she knew he was murdering animals. And then even at the end, she's like, oh, I don't think my son did it. And like, those crazy people on the internet, those cat people, they made this happen. And it's like, your son literally filmed himself murdering animals and a human being. And she still is in denial about it. So if they would have made the mom like kind of go crazy at the end instead of try to do what she did, I think that would have been a little bit more believable. But I don't really like Elizabeth Banks. So I think that her being in it kind of killed it for me. But
I don't know if I could watch that. That sounds terrible.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, I don't think I could watch it. I don't like seeing stuff done to animals.
The first video is the first episode is the worst because that's where it shows what he was doing to the cats.
Oh,
it's like it made me sick to my stomach. But
yeah, I have to like go in my brain and say it's just a movie. It's not real. So,
yeah,
because that's
there's psychos out there.
Yeah, they do it all, and they do it all the time, and they record it, which is awful.
Well, it's like
they act surprised when they get caught.
Well, see, so that's like when people say Sith versus Jedi. I'm like, Sith are usually there's something off in their head, because it's like even
doesn't it get worse when the dark side of the forces of power
that some
Some
find
would say it was-
unnatural.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So,
And I think that's why there's not as many Sith as there were Jedi, because you have to be a special type of person to be okay with killing another human being. Like unless you're going into war and it's like signing up that you're there to defend, and like the other people you have to, because you're like in combat. And that's usually when you see Jedi, because Jedi use their powers for knowledge and defense. But when you go out of your
Sith are in
way,
like constant pain.
huh?
Sith are in like constant pain. It keeps their anger and like all that stuff motivated. I even read like the suit that Anakin was wearing, Vader's suit, kept him in like pain to keep that dark side of the Force flowing through him, like even stronger. So, and even like when that was their excuse on why Darth Maul lived, because the dark side of the Force is just so unnatural and weird that it just kept him alive.
Yeah, his hate kept him alive.
So it's just like that's why I wouldn't want to be a Sith, because I don't. Even though the people would tend to more powerful, but it's like it's just a painful like. Look what happened to all the Sith. Sith didn't really
end up like mutilated. You know.
I mean, they still ended up well. You know, none of them ended up pretty well. I mean, Sidious. You could say Darth Sidious was the only one because he like ruled the galaxy for a good while.
I'm not 30.
You know, like so he probably would. But look, he was all deformed and like funky looking.
Yeah, no ladies. It was all over.
I'm saying, like, it was
well, apparently he did get some because he had a son since Rey's his granddaughter. So unless he did like
that's
artificial
fan fiction. That's Disney fan
that's
fiction.
So weird. That's so weird. In the Aftermath series, the Chuck Wendig books, they
did you read it?
Let's not talk about that.
What happened in it? I didn't read it. I don't.
It's before the dark side of, like me understanding what was going on. It wasn't a great read, but it did talk about Sidious having a clone factory on Jakku. So that's why like the whole Rey as a clone thing was like so obvious that something clone-ish was going to come out of that, because they grabbed a lot of that trilogy from that book. Like
was it a clone? Was it a clone factory, or was it that one kid Sidious sensed?
Oh, they took Luke Skywalker's hand from Empire Strikes Back and tried to make like an army with it, and it's really weird.
I only read the series once, but it was like there was something powerful in Jakku that Sidious was hiding, and he left that one kid there to guard it because he felt the kid was Force sensitive. I don't remember the clone factory though, but it was they were all pretty horrible.
If they were going to use all of the clones, they should have just done Thrawn. You know,
easy.
It was right there. You know, people like it, and this is why
they give me Lucasfilm. It's like it's so easy to run.
It's all there. You already have the built-in. This is what I said. I was like, how Marvel. It's like, okay, you already have, you know, Civil War is coming. You know that's a thing, and they did it. They changed things about it, so you didn't know what was going to happen. You had like an overview, but they changed it enough to where it was different from the comics to make it transfer to film. They could have done that
a long time, like over a year or so. The comics lasted forever, and there's all kinds of stories in the Civil War. But yeah, so you can't. At the end of Civil War, Captain America dies. So
spoiler, by the way,
they weren't going to kill him off in Civil War, but you have Star Wars is the easiest thing to run. My God, it's just like I don't get it. Like you said, it's Thrawn series. It's like, hey, we want to do movies. All right, I got everything. Here's the script. Just do this. That's all you had to do.
And I mean, all they honestly would have had to do is just made them older. Like have, you know, instead of
so easy
doing, you know, it like when Leia is pregnant, like just boot it up. Like maybe, you know, Leia is this old and her kids are full grown, and maybe it's her grandchildren that, you know, her daughter's pregnant or her son's wife is pregnant, something like that, and just aged it. Every single one of us would have been completely understanding of that. Because like, they're not in their 30s anymore, you know. They could have done that, but
if they had done it instead of being 30 years after Return of the Jedi, if they did it 60 years and everyone's gone, and maybe Chewbacca's still around because God knows how long he'll.
Well, they needed Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford to bring people. They just needed that. They needed that nugget.
call
No,
upon.
I understand that, but remember how you felt? Okay, so Chewie, we're home. They come on the Falcon. There's that little, oh my god, yeah. Forget about the story and what happened later, whatever. But the first time you saw The Force Awakens, or even the trailer where they run up on the Falcon, Chewie, we're home. There was that nostalgic kick. That part I understand, but we don't. Luke has no lines. He turns around and
I know, and we talked about it yesterday. How stupid! Oh yeah.
So if they had just done it to where maybe because they were still old enough, or they're all still at that time.
They could have done the legacy series, man. Even if they got new actors, could have done the legacy series.
Well, they've actually what I remember. How they were showing. They could have done Thrawn, but in flashbacks, and had like what's his name? The guy that plays Winter Soldier, because how he looks like Mark Hamill. Have it be Mark Hamill, and he's like talking. He has a new Jedi, and he's like, "Let me tell you about Thrawn," and something, and or maybe it's he's talking to his grandchild or something, and it's at Mara's funeral, and he's like, "Let me tell you how we met and how all of this happened," and it's a flashback, and you can have all new actors come in and play them. And then that's how you get the nostalgia. And then you also get to use the new characters. You get all new costumes. You get all that.
And toys. They have no toys at the last two movies.
Easy. It was so easy.
It really was. The fact that we're all able to just sit here and come up with ideas.
Be the president of Lucasfilm. What should have been the easiest job ever. We got all these stories here. Just pick one. We want to do a theme park. Oh, it's easy. Let's do Tatooine. We could do one scene from each trilogy. Would have been fine.
No, and I mean, all they had to do was we want what's his name, Taika Waititi to do a movie. All right, go pick one of the EU books. That's what you get to do. Everyone, here's hundreds of books. All of you go pick them, and then we can make movies on all of them. The
scripts are done. It's so easy.
Well, just think about the cash that would just roll in from our generation, having read the New Jedi Order with the Yuzong Vong. If they did the Yuzong Vong lore and it was this epic, don't get me wrong, Star Wars used to be epic, but let's go back to Lord of the Rings, this epic, maybe it's even 6 movies told in 2 parts. I don't know. I think that's just a moneymaker right there, but they literally could not bring themselves to use something. Even Lucas handed them treatments and said, look, here's 7, 8, 9. I have an idea as to what should happen, and here you go. And she said, "Oh, we're gonna respect it, whatever." And as soon as she walked out that door, she just tore that shit up. It's the
so
craziest
infuriating. Shit. Have you guys read Iger's book?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, you'll get so mad if you haven't read it yet and you read it. Oh, the way that I'm like, Bob, how did he not have somebody sit there go, dude, this might not be the best idea to put in your book. This is going to turn everyone against you. I might, because I have the digital book file, I might just start taking screenshots of that and posting it on Twitter for those of people that didn't read it. But
it's a giant resume to run for president, basically. Giant resume. It's I got all the international connections. Everybody loves me. I take care of families. Everybody loves me. I did the first black superhero movie. Well, wasn't Blade out there before Black Panther, but
Spawn. Everyone forgets because somebody.
Oh yeah, Spawn. That's right.
That's right. I posted that on Facebook. I was like,
Blank
it was
man.
a little meme, and it was everyone's saying that Black Panther's the first superhero, and then it was a picture of Blade, and then some people were like, "That's not the same. He's not a superhero." And then I was I commented "What about Spawn?" And they're like, "Who's that?" And I'm like,
"Oh."
What'd you say, Tom? Did you say Blank Man?
I did say Blank Man.
Blank Man was awesome.
J5.
So did you find
we went to one place we couldn't go, the girls' bathroom.
You could not do In Living Color today. Absolutely could not do it.
Yeah, but that book, man, when he got to Star Wars, it was just
when they're handyman too.
It was here's what my plan was. So they're like, okay, cool. We're not gonna do that. You tell him, Kathleen.
No, the part where there's when he talks to George Lucas for the first time, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are in Florida. Come have breakfast. You and your wife, come have breakfast with me and my wife in Disney World. We'll close down the restaurant, early breakfast and basically tell him, oh, guess what, George, you're getting old. You have no heir that's going to run your company.
Yeah.
You might be losing money. Maybe I should buy it. And then halfway through negotiations, and he realizes, oh, yeah, remember how I kind of led you on that I was going to give you the Pixar deal? Well, I'm not giving you the Pixar deal because your company doesn't have anything in the works like Pixar did. So you're not worth as much money, even though you've made more during this time span than Pixar has. But if you back out, you're going to lose $500 million and you're going to go bankrupt and you're going to lose Lucasfilm anyway. So you might as well just sign it over to me. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's evil. I hate Bob Iger after reading that book.
It was a big manipulation that we're going to continue your stories. Because even George said himself, he goes, I got a treasure trove of stories I'm going to give to Kathleen. And then like a month later, she goes, we didn't have anything to move forward the story. Like he literally says that. I got a treasure trove of stories to give to her to make great movies. And then she's like, we have no source material once it was signed. And they said like in the book, he was like, George came up to a meeting with JJ and he like left angry. He was just like, you could tell that he was very upset.
Well, it's because that meeting wasn't that the meeting where he found out they weren't going to use his stories?
Yeah, it was like, you could tell he was very upset when he left the meeting.
Dude, even in the picture where they're signing the paperwork and he just looks like he lost his soul.
Yeah, it looks like he lost his child, man. It was awful.
I think that was the first moment he kind of realized what he had done.
I mean, there was good points where he wasn't really going to do anything else. But still, I don't know. I mean,
my point is I think he was trying to.
It's hearsay.
My point is I think he was trying to shake off Star Wars for so long.
But you have to understand, he is the one that put Kennedy in charge.
That's my point.
Bob Iger. Kennedy was part of the package when they signed over.
He put her there because he thought.
I know
she would protect his legacy.
I know.
And she's also strong enough to where if she ever got any pushback, nobody would ever argue with her.
Bob was like, Kennedy.
And she stabbed him in the back.
So in the book, he was just like, I guess Kennedy's part of the deal. So it was, like Bob Iger didn't put her there. Like, it was like, if I sign over, she's coming as the president. He's like, well, okay. And then there we go. So,
but do you think that once he found out she was going to be the president of Lucasfilm, that he didn't get in there, much like the manipulation he did with George, and sunk his hooks into Kathleen Kennedy?
I think they talked beforehand and they plotted it out.
Oh, yeah, I think Anna's right. I think they had a meeting, and I think they came to an understanding, and she was all for it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's just like, oh, you're a woman, so any decision you make, nobody can question you, especially after all of this stuff that happened. I guess Me Too hadn't happened yet, but
I'm not sticking up for Bob, but I don't think he went into the meeting going, we need to make a female agenda Star Wars. I think it was more so
what he did. I think him and Kathleen Kennedy talked before, and then when she's like, hey, like, yo, George just asked me if I would be president before, like, he signs Disney over to you, and I'm going to lie to him and say, oh, I'm going to protect everything, but she was really on Bob Iger's team the whole time.
I don't know if it was that nefarious so much more as, like, Bob.
I don't know. But the way that they work together, I don't know.
I think it was Bob.
But, Tom, the issue was he met with J.J. Abrams. Remember, at dinner, and he goes, J.J. wasn't happy with me because I said, we need to start pumping out movies quickly because the stockholders are upset that we spent this kind of money. And JJ was like, why are you putting that kind of pressure on me? He's like, no, we got to get it. And so then the original movie was supposed to be released in, like, he was forcing JJ to get a movie done by May. And then in the 15. Book, he goes, it really wasn't quite finished, so we pushed it to December.
I know, but my point is this, is when the initial deal was made, I think Anna's right, they had a meeting, but I don't think it was nefarious enough to where they're like, oh, we're going to screw George over. I think it was more so like Bob's like, look, George has these versions. I can't use them because at that time the prequels were stunk so high to high heaven that Star Wars was kind of like almost a joke in a way in some corners. Like outside of the Clone Wars cartoon, there was really very little to speak of as far as Star Wars after the prequels had, kind of plopped and left. There wasn't a shit ton of material out there. There were some toys and a few other things, but it was getting to the point where Star Wars was kind of like this old thing that nobody really talked about that much anymore outside of our circles. So he was really like I need to change this. And if we go with George's vision, I could see him going, this is just going to be like the prequels all over again.
Yeah.
And Kathy agreed with that. Underneath her mind, no, she's like, yeah, this is my opportunity to make the Force female. I mean, now she didn't maybe think about that specifically at that meeting, but she knew that this was her chance and her opportunity to push her politics. And because she had no care about Star Wars, she had no connection to it.
No,
the only reason she knew George is because of Indiana Jones, and that was it. I mean, they went in some of the same circles back in the day, but I don't remember ever hearing too much about them crossing paths outside of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and I mean, even then, it's like when she talks about Star Wars, it's so clear that she doesn't know anything about Star Wars, so she tiptoes around it when she's like, yeah, like, this is what our plan is with the Jedi. People love this. And it's like, you don't know anything. Kind of like the girl, like, I don't have a favorite Star Wars movie. I just love Star Wars. I just love Star Wars. I just want to be
that thing.
I know I get all the hate from the prequel lovers in the freaking chat. Guys, you got to remember the prequels damn near killed Star Wars.
I mean, I know the prequels, and I know that they have problems, and I know that there was a lot of backlash for it.
There was
one of my favorite.
Oh, I wonder why.
That's all.
Yeah,
I get it. I understand there's love for them, but they almost killed the industry with the toys and everything. Like, as far as like, it was almost as bad as now, only this is worse.
Hey,
it's
I
10
like
times worse.
Toys. Honestly, Attack of the Clones, I think, had the best toys, like, for the run, because I was a kid when that was coming out, and I was playing with those toys. They had the best ones. That's when the ships got really cool and intricate. And then Revenge of the Sith was okay, but I think because they really pushed all of the clones and like the weapons and stuff, and that's when you really got to see a lot of Jedi. The toys for that movie were so epic. So
the biggest problem was the video game when they released Revenge of the Sith video game, and they said if you beat a level, you get a sneak peek of the movie, right? So we waited up all night. Me and my little brother bought the game. We're finishing it because I want to see it. And it came out 7 days before the film came out. So we played the game. But in the video game, it was more of the book adaptation than the movie adaptation, because in the video game, you kill, like, you know, the old lady librarian in Revenge of the Sith. Like, in the video game, Anakin just like destroys her, like picks her up and like sucks her in and like cuts her in half. And you're like expecting to see that in the film. In the video game, Anakin fights Mace Windu a lot longer. There's just a lot more. And so, like, what happened was, like, we were expecting to see that in the film, and we didn't see any of that. You're just kind of like, well, that was a little disappointing. So that it wasn't there. And also, they did a dumb thing when the prequels came out. John Williams released his they released the soundtrack. I think it was 7 days before the movie came out. So of course, man, as a Star Wars lover, I bought the soundtrack. But one of the titles was "The Death of Qui-Gon Jinn."
Well, that was almost as bad as they released the novel like a week early too.
So I'm like, well, I didn't mind that because you could buy the novel and not read it, right? I did that with all the movies.
Yeah, but all the spoilers made it online.
And so, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you get the soundtrack, and I'm like, "Death of Qui-Gon Jinn. I wonder who he is." And then you see. You see the movie, and I'm like, "Oh God, he's gonna die." So, like, I already knew.
I think we all kind of knew that, but
kind of, yeah. But it was just like those. That's how some of the spoilers got out. Before
I remember reading the book before the movie came out, and I was pissed because, like, there's a bunch of shit that's in the book that's not in the movie.
The books were excellent, man. The books are Episode 3. That book is.
It helps the movie make a little more sense, yeah. Now, again, guys, don't get me wrong. I get it where you guys are coming from. In your eyes, the prequels were great.
Get him. Get Tom. Get him. He's
I don't hate the prequels per se. The only one I really dislike is Episode 2. Because I went and it was well, you got to understand where I was at. You know, it was like after Episode 1, we were all like, okay, yeah, Jar Jar sucks, but we know he's not in this movie that much. Anakin's not a kid. We're going to get to see some real Jedi action. You know, we're going to get into the thick of things. Yeah. You know, and my buddy and I went to a big old auditorium. It wasn't a theater, mind you. This is like a concert hall where there was like 5,000 other people. Like we get there and we get in the line and we realize the line we're in is the line of people waiting to get in. So we had to go all the way back to the end of the other line, which wrapped all the way around to the end of the other block for tickets. So like it was a mess. Like, and we finally got into the last minute, and my buddy and I were clear up in the nosebleeds, literally up in the balcony, and it was completely packed, full house. And the movie went so for the most part. There was a few moments here and there that were okay, and like everybody just like erupted when Yoda came out at the end. And he pulled out his lightsaber and lit it up. You know, we're all just going crazy. And then he starts flipping around. And that the entire auditorium of about 5,000 people just went dead fucking silent.
What? My theater went crazy clap.
They did when he first came out. But as soon as he started flipping around, everybody just like, the room just went dead.
Well, we knew that was happening from the video game adaptation and everything else. So it's like
I like that because I'm like, he's little, so it makes sense. He's got to jump around to like, because
I don't know. I walked out of there and about me and a bunch
of jump to hit the tall thing.
A couple other strangers and I all said the same thing walking out. Yoda should have never been allowed to use the lightsaber.
All of my friends that were kids fucking loved it, and I, as a grown up, I can still relate because I was not expecting to not be taller. So I look at that and like, I know exactly how he feels. I gotta jump to reach the tall things too.
Right, but what it led us to think was, you know what, Yoda should have just never used a lightsaber. It kind of goes against his whole character.
I liked seeing.
Oh, I loved it, man.
That was
when he fought Palpatine, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, so good.
That was a great scene.
Because it's like that. That's the thing. It's like, yeah.
I don't like that because he got his ass kicked.
Well,
that was the point. We knew
that. Not. He should have been overpowering him the entire fight. And the only reason that he should
that was one of the things is that Yoda wouldn't resort to using like the anger to fuel.
That's my
him,
point. Is he should have overcame him by like him cheating in some way or escaping in some way. I don't like how he punked out at the end there and got his ass beat. It really bothered me.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons. That's why he says, "I'm like in exile. I must go," because he didn't defeat him. And
to me, the exile was hiding because the Jedi were being hunted down. That was the way I understood it. Yoda was always the strongest Jedi, no matter what. Because then, to me, you know what that tells me? That tells me the dark side's stronger. It shouldn't matter. Yoda should have been beating his ass the whole time, and to prove that the light side is stronger. And the only reason the dark side could win is if they cheat in some way, or something to that effect, to where Yoda had to retreat and he had no choice. And this way, he was getting his ass kicked, like from damn near from the start.
I don't know. I thought it was good.
I have my issues with it as a Star Wars fan and as a Yoda fan from the start. I was so bummed when I walked out.
As a Star Wars fan, I liked it. All right. I don't know. The biggest thing in that movie that pissed me off was Padme, because I'm just like, you went from being a queen when you were 14, a badass senator that didn't want to hide on Naboo when you were like 20 something, and now you're pregnant and you're just crying in a room all day. Like she did, Padme from when she was 14 would have challenged Palpatine when he's doing the whole, I've deformed, we're going to hunt down the Jedi and kill them. What did she do? She sat there and cried. I'm like, no, Padme would have said, what the fuck are you doing? Like, not all Jedi are bad just because these certain ones attacked you. And then she spent the whole movie crying. And then at the end, she just dies. And it's like, lost the will to live. You just popped out 2 babies.
What more that bothers me too.
Than that?
Yeah, the ending was ass. I don't understand how she just
died. The best lightsaber duels of any Star Wars film.
Oh, definitely.
I still say The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi have much stronger duels between Luke and Vader. There's more going on there.
There might be more emotion. I don't know, man. Obi-Wan, Anakin.
More emotion than Revenge of the Sith.
That goes on for way too long, and it's all animated. After the first 2 minutes, it
looks cool.
Not to me. It was just like, I've seen it. I'd rather just play a video game. Where's my controller?
I'm not a fighting type of person, so I look at it and like especially with Jessie, she's like, this is wrong, they shouldn't be doing that. And I'm like, I can't tell, it looks cool.
Once they start hopping around on shit, it lost me. Like, it was kind of like Man of Steel. It loses all. I get numb after like 10 minutes of thousands of people dying and buildings toppling down. It was kind of the same thing.
Oh my god. Okay, Mikey Glesser, that is not how pregnant women act. I've had plenty of friends that are
No, they did pad me dirty as shit.
I watched my mother be pregnant with 2 babies. I've watched, family members be pregnant. That is not how pregnant women act, and they get pissed off when you say that. So this just tells me you haven't been around pregnant women. Because trust me, If you think a woman is a very strong-willed without having hormones, try arguing with a pregnant woman and see where that gets you. Could you imagine Padme going up against Chancellor Palpatine, big old pregnant, especially with twins, and being like, Palpatine, you're not being in for this. It's not happening. Like, could you imagine? That would have been an epic scene, but no, we didn't get that. Let me read a couple of super chats because I know Jay has to get out of here, so I'll call when I finish reading these, then we're going to have to end it because Jay's got the Dark Council.
Yeah.
Mr. Another, thank you for the super chat. I have a problem with all Sith are complete evil. Well, that's kind of the thing about the dark side is it's kind of like a drug in a way. Is like once you start using it, it's like an addiction, and when you let it consume you, it controls your mind in a way. So it's like I don't know. That's just kind of the comparison that I made because I've seen people that before they got addicted to drugs and then after it's like they look similar, that you're talking to them, it's still their voice, but there's something different about their mindset and their goals that change them in a way, but it's because they're consumed by that. And that's kind of what I always saw the dark side as. It's like a drug and it changes you. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think also the fact that Sith exist is the dumbest thing in the world as far as like Luke ODing from the Force. Because if you can OD from the Force, then Sith would have been dropping left and right. Because that's kind of their whole thing.
God, yeah, don't get me. That's an easy way to kill off Force users without blood for Disney. Yeah.
You know, I never thought of it that way, Jay,
but
now that you say that.
He was tired. He died just like his mom. They just both got really tired and they just died.
Oh, like I was just saying before, the way they did Padme at the end, they're losing the will to live. I think that was George wussing out at the last minute. I think it was literally set up to where he killed her, choked her basically to death. She was dying and they saved the kids. But
all
George
they would have
punked
to do
out, I
was
think.
say that when he choked her, she fell and hit her head.
Or
and
even still, the fact that she had just had that much trauma is enough, you know. But they had to have her alive long enough to name the babies, which was also stupid.
Well, yeah. Then in Return of the Jedi, Leia actually has a memory of her mom.
Yeah, they should have had her just live.
No, that's why I'm like, why was Luke born first? I was expecting Leia to be born first because when Luke's like, "Do you remember your mother? I have no memory." And Luke had a full-on minute with Padme before she pushed out Leia. Just switch it. Make Leia be like a minute older than Luke.
Well, that's because they retconned
right by her face, you know? I'm like, if anything, it should have been Leia. And yeah, you could say, well, she's a baby. Well, maybe that's, I don't know, maybe some.
I think we were just talking about this last week. I think it was on in the Return of the Jedi novel or something like that. They actually. They actually give a little bit more of a description of what went down, and I think they allude to their mother was alive for a little while afterwards, but Luke was hidden, and because of Luke being hidden, because of what Anakin had done, even though she had Leia still, she committed suicide, and then Leia was adopted by the family that was harboring Padme or whatever. Basically, was what I remember vaguely from the novel, because they also talk more about the fight on Mustafar and all that kind of shit.
You know, I like how they send Luke to Tatooine instead of just sending him to his grandparents and his aunt on Naboo. Because Padme's parents were originally from like the countryside of Naboo, and there's no way Anakin's going to go talk to her family, especially since they kept their marriage hidden. It's like all they had to do was say, hey, like go hide out in the mountains, here's your grandchild, so that way Luke doesn't have to live on a farm in Tatooine. Because what's to say that Anakin isn't going to go back to Tatooine to visit his family? He's much more likely to do that than, oh look,
yeah,
there's tiny humans, than to go visit Padme's family, you know. So, and Luke would have had, I personally think, a much better life living on Naboo than on Tatooine. But you know. Let me read a few more of these. Wrong Harrington, thank you for the super chat. Even though you didn't say anything, I still appreciate it. Mr. Another, thank you for the super chat. I try to forget about Spawn 2. Yeah, maybe they'll redo it.
I didn't hate it, but it was.
It grossed me out. You know.
The effects weren't up to snuff yet for the time, and that's kind of. I know people are gonna bitch at me. I don't hate people who like the prequels. Don't get me wrong. You can love what you want, guys, in the chat. Oh, shut up, Jay.
I do have to go, Mary. I have to get the room set up. And
who?
Huh?
Who?
He's got to go get his onesie on.
No, he said. What did you call me?
He called her Mary.
I said Anna.
No, you said Mary.
You said Mary.
Okay, Jay, I got like 3 more to read.
Oh, no, all right, go ahead. Take
Okay,
your time. Take your time.
the dude at 17.
Did I say Mary?
Yes, you did. Thank you for the super chat. Got a jet. Congrats on the cover, Anna. Wave. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Another. Thank you for the super chat. Maybe Padme had a vision of grandson Ben Solo. That's why she gave up.
That'd be awesome.
That would. She's like, oh, this is what life is. I lose the will to live. You know, maybe if all of us had a little force preview of what that was going to be, maybe all of us would have just said, fuck this. All right. So, yeah, that is the end of the super chats. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. If you haven't yet, go check out my Vamperiella cover. It's got 4 days left. We're almost to 30,000. And when we get to 30,000, it'll unlock the stretch goal, which is the trading card. The link is in the description below. So check that out if you want to support my very first comic book cover. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Do you guys want to all kind of talk about your channel where everyone can find you?
Yeah, go sub to 97 Bravo. He's kind of the new kid on the block there. He could use he use a little boost. Got some good stuff there. Got some Jason Ward stuff on there if you know who he is. Little spicy meatball he threw out there.
The creeper that can't tell the difference between a 20-year-old and a 15-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot more to come.
Who makes fun of us? Who used to make fun of us, and now he's not really talking much anymore.
No. But I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, spelled exactly like that. So
there you go. And the link for his channel and Twitter is in the description.
Yeah, it's very nice. Thank you.
No problem. Drunk?
Yeah, you could. Everybody kind of knows me, but sub to 97 Bravo and get Anna's thing to 30,000. I want a trading card.
Yes.
And I'm sorry that Tom was here. He hates the prequels, so I mean,
you're just trying to take off the attention of you saying Mary.
Thank you for having me on. And, 2 days in a row. I'm shocked.
No problem. I got another one tomorrow.
Yep.
Tom, you want to talk about your channel?
Oh, yeah. You can check me out on Midnight's Edge and Midnight's Edge After Dark. You can send all your hate mail there. No, we're the Fandom Menace. You guys are allowed to like what you like. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. You know, I love having friendly debates with everybody. So, yeah.
You should have been on EFAP to talk about it.
I was in the audience, but I'm not nearly as important as you are.
Oh, don't do that.
I seen you finally got on there. I was in there when they were telling you to get Anna in there. Get Anna in there. I seen them all.
Because I was screaming. I'm like, oh, this is so bad. But yeah, but anyways, I know Drunk has to go, so I got to kind of rush this. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you guys for coming on and doing this. It was a lot of fun. I love talking Star Wars. And until next time, everyone, have a great rest of your day, and may the Force be